Good morning. Check your email. I sent you your invoice. Thanks. Good morning, you guys. How is everyone? Hey, the Black Barbie. How is everyone doing? Hold on, you guys. Correction, I sent you your contract. Uh I see Rhonda. I see Joy Loves God. Joy Loves God. You all got some stuff coming. How is everyone doing this morning? Ashley, Tierney. Yeah, I had to get up and exercise this morning. Um, y'all make sure y'all watch y'all's pressure. Let's see. Little Miss Muffin, Joy Loves God. Y'all hold on one second. Okay, you guys, I am back. Okay. Um I wanted to talk about let's make this next year your best year in 2024. I said I was gonna get on here for a few minutes and kind of do some inspiration, but I want to give some more people the opportunity to start coming in. Okay, hold on one second. Um, let's see. I see So Witty, Little Miss Muffin, TB 21. I'm just giving more people the opportunity to come in. Hey, Diane. Long live Janice. Yeah, you guys, I wanted to talk about making 2024 your best year. And I think the reason why we're going into a new year. And this morning when I got up and I was talking to my mother about that this morning. Hey, your choice towing. I was talking to my mom about this morning. When I woke up for some reason, like my like this year, like I've never had any issues with my blood pressure. But I know that, as we get older, we start to have issues, right? And that's one of the reasons why I was like, I'm not going to get on here and let people run me crazy because it's a bunch of crazies on here. We've been looking into some stuff. And y'all, these, especially a bunch of paid trolls that work with record companies and things of that nature. Like, we kind of been getting to the bottom of a whole lot of stuff, and you all will be surprised at what these people do, right? And where it's coming from. But my mom had to remind me. She was like, I remember like the week that my dad had passed away, and that was back in March. Okay, the week that my dad passed away, my blood pressure, which had always, and I've been losing weight, like I had lost like 15 pounds and still losing weight. Even around that time, like I was like, dog, like the week that my dad passed, around that time, yeah, my blood pressure was higher than it had ever been. Like the bottom number was like one something, right? And yeah, the bottom number was like one something. And of course, it went back down. And exercising is good, because even this morning, like when I woke up with a real bad headache. But I had to think about, like, I was up last night sending out invoices, sending out contracts and stuff like that. Like I was up until like 3:30 this morning, and I was tired as I don't know what. And then my phone rang, and somebody woke me up at 6 o'clock. So that could be uh the reason why my head was hurting. I checked my pressure. My pressure was up. I was like, dog, like my bottom number in the 90s, right? And so I started exercising. I went and started exercising. And after I finished exercising, I let my body calm down, and then my numbers were right back down, right? And so, I was talking to my mom about that, and she was talking about, like the stress level and things of that nature. And, you know, um, thinking about my dad, because I've been thinking about, like, the hardest thing that I got to do is I got to leave my dad in 2023. My dad, who I rocked with, he was my business partner. My dad was my road dog. Like, he taught me a lot. And I have to be honest, like within like the last 10 years, when my dad and I went into business together, we really, really, really got close. I always loved my dad. He was always in my life, but my dad was an elected official. So when we were growing up, he was always out, fighting for the community, right? And so I remember my dad had said to me when we first went into business, he was like, I thought about, I got all these girls, because my dad actually has six daughters. And he was like, I got all of these girls, and I've always been out fighting for the community and doing this, and that. He was like, but I got my girls. I need to try and look into leaving some type of legacy. My dad started doing, like, I mean, within the last 10 years, like, we got very, very close. We have the same type of personality. My dad and I did, like, we talk 3 times a day. Like, he taught me so much in the last 10 years, right? And I was telling my mother, I was like, even when I'm over in my office and I'm getting ready to move into another office, of course, into a bigger office. And I was like, even still, like when I'm sitting at my computer, when I'm over there in my studio and I'm editing, if I hear keys jingling, even like out in the hallway, I'll look like for a long time, look back, so oh, my dad is here. Like psychologically, it was like every time he got ready to walk into the studio, his keys would be jiggling when he was putting the keys in the door. Like when I hear that now, like it triggers. I'm like, oh, my dad is here. It's just really weird, even though there are a lot of offices and stuff in the building, that my studio is in. And it's kind of sad because my dad and I started off in that studio together. Our office is in there. I record my TV show in there. A lot of his paperwork and stuff is still in his area that was in that office, but I'm expanding, so I got to move and leave it behind. But I started thinking about, you have to make 2024 your make 2024 your best year. A lot of us got to leave stuff behind. Like for me, I think I was telling you about how I am as a person, right? And it's funny to me, like when people get on here, that's why you have to learn people for yourself. A lot of these people on here, they don't know anything about me. They don't, but they got about doing all types of illegal stuff to try and find out something. We just want to find out something where is my life is real boring. Hell, all I do is work and that's it. Right. Basically, I've never been the type to go out and party or anything like that. And I'm still not into stuff like that. Right. I like to build stuff. I'm a thinker. I like to look at stuff. And so I was like, well, hell, all they had to do if they wanted to know something, all they had to do was ask me. And if it was two-person, I would have told them, fuck you, none of your business. I mean, hell, it's just certain things people don't need to know. But I'm thinking about like the violations and stuff on here. Thank you, who done it. The violations and stuff on here. People are just very comfortable with violating people. And I think all of that, right? I put all of that together and I was like, in 2024, I'm not taking, you know, that stuff into 2024. One of the hardest things that I got to do is I got to leave one of the most important people that was in my life in 2023. And I've never in my life left anything that I love and couldn't and then go back and get it. And I think that's like that's the hardest thing. Like I got to leave him, like things that I truly love, even if I leave it for a few minutes, because I'm stubborn. I go back and get what I love, but I can't go back and get my dad, right? And so if I got to leave my dad in 2023, if you got to leave something in 2023 that you can't go back and get, you can leave a bunch of crap, a bunch of junk that means nothing, that is not a part of your life, that is not conducive to your livelihood. Lay that stuff down, leave it in 2023, and don't pick it back up. Go on with your life. Like when my dad passed away, I had the opportunity, my eyes open to a lot of stuff, like a lot of people that I thought would be there for me. I mean, like people that I gave like my all to, like I would have did anything for. I realized that they weren't messing with me like that. They wouldn't even stun me. They didn't call and check on me. But people like I didn't really know, like a lot of y'all was sending me like messages on Facebook, because I wasn't going to even say anything about it, you know. But I think Player Co was one of the ones because he had called me and I, had told him that my dad had passed away. I didn't even know he had, got on his blog and said that, told you all that. And people was reaching out to me, Tam, I'm so sorry. I know I hear you talking about your father. I mean, you all just started reaching out to me in record numbers. And I think this has been the year, even though, that I lost one of the most important people in my life, this has been the year of awakening, where I've decided that a lot of stuff that I had and a lot of people that I thought would be with me in my life, that I thought a lot of things that I thought I would carry with me, them folks weren't messing with me like that. They wouldn't even stud me. People's loyalty is only, people are loyal to you as much as, I guess, as long as they can get what they want to out of you, right? And then after that, I mean, if it's, You start if it starts to come too inconvenient, then they ain't really studying you anyways. And my eyes open, because I think I was saying, like, I don't mess with a whole lot of people, you know, but those that I have in my inner circle, like, I kind of cling to them because I'm like, I don't have like five people. So I just kind of cling to them. But God, this year has been an awakening, and I feel like the year of 2024 is gonna be like one of the best years, even with like what a lot of these vloggers getting on here trying to tear me down. They didn't know anything about me because of their jealousy, like them coming at me. Hell, I wasn't even trying to go back at a lot of these vloggers in the beginning because I was like, hell, these folks got to be crazy. Who are these people? I was battling a lot of stuff. My dad just kind of, I'm finding out now he had been sick for a long time, but in my eyes, he just kind of took sick and just went down, right? And I was dealing with a lot of stuff, trying to stay in my positive zone. I was like, I can't deal with these vloggers because I'm trying to stay positive. The only way that my dad is going to heal is for me to stay positive. And here's the thing, my dad started to turn around because when he got out of that bed at the hospital and he fell, that was the negligence. They didn't have the railings, wasn't working. The rail was broke on the bed and the alarm on the bed was broken, okay, at the hospital. And they let my dad lay there. My dad went into a coma for like over a month, right? For over a month. It messed with his, it did a whole lot, right? And because he was already dealing with a lot of other ailments, like he just did not come back this way. I get real mad when I think about that. I shouldn't even talk about that. Um, because that just makes me mad with hospitals, right? Um, let me gather myself because I get really upset. Okay, but anyways, he was not waking up. But then he woke up and we thought he was coming back this way, but it just didn't work out like that. And so if I got to leave my father in 2023, you already know these vloggers because a lot of them are going to jail anyways. And I think another thing that started running my pressure up was I had like this vengeance. I had like this vengeance to get them back. And I started digging. I started hiring other people. I started working with other people. And my mama said to me recently, my mama said, now, your dad, my mama said, now your dad did you and your sisters real good. Your dad thought about y'all and your dad did y'all real good. And you trying to tell me that you gonna use what your dad, how your dad bless you to try and get back at a bunch of people that'll never mean anything in your life? She said, I've already told you to give it to God because they gonna get it back, but they can't get it back if you keep picking it back up. right? If you keep picking it back up, because even with a lot of the stuff that I found out about some of these vloggers and who they're connected with, I don't even give a damn. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, dog, my mom sure was right. I don't even give a damn. A lot of them sick and twisted and was already up under investigation and still is, okay? And it ain't got nothing to do with me, okay? And so I thought about what my mother was saying, and I said this to say, I said that to say this, y'all. Put this stuff down and let God handle it and go deal and go live your best life. My grandma used to always say, while you're trying to work it out, while you're trying to figure it out, God has already, worked it out. And it is a blessing because my dad left us in a really really good position, and I'm talking about like he he worked with each and every one of us, because we're all different, on making sure me and every one of my sisters got businesses of our own, right? And that came strictly from my dad investing in us and working with us. I think I've told this story before, and this goes along with what I'm talking about. When if God gives you the vision, he'll give you the provision. When I was talking about I wanted to be on TV, and my dad had no interest in doing no nothing like that, but he was already thinking about, okay, I'm going to retire. And when I retire, I don't know if a lot of people know, like a lot of the people that have worked in certain positions with the city of Memphis, and I think that's why I was so freaking hurt. Like, and I thought about, my dad was like, once I retire, 30 days after I retire, because he had been an elected official for so many years, but he had always worked for the government, right? He was like, 30 days after I retire, they gotta send me $1 million check. He says, and I want to make some investments with that. He had already bought a lot of property. He had already had some stuff on the side. And so what he did was God touched him. He was like, I'm going to start investing in my daughters. So when I said to him, Dad, I want to be on TV and I want to do a domestic violence show. And I'm telling y'all how good God is, right? And I was sitting at working for the sheriff's office. I remember working in the chief's office. He said, really? He said, well, I don't think that would be too bad. I said, well, how about, and I contacted some people and I saw some stuff that was going on. I actually ended up working. I'm not working, but being on somebody else's network, right? And it did not work out. And so my dad and his assistants were my first guests on that show. And so I told my dad, I said, it's not going to work out. And because I don't like what this production company is doing. And he was like, oh, okay. And I remember my dad calling me back at work. He said, have you ever thought about starting your own network? I was like, no, because I don't know how to do production. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. He said, well, I'll tell you what. He said, I'm going to retire and I'm looking to make some investments. And so I'll give you the startup money if you figure out how to do everything. He said, but you got to figure out how to do it. I'll be your business partner. I'll give you the startup money, but you got to figure out how to do it. And it was like the hardest thing. But I'm going to tell y'all something. And y'all always remember this: when something is for you, okay, God will lay it in your lap. So I remember when I was trying to figure out how to do it, I was like, I don't know how to do it. I don't know who to contact. I don't know how to purchase the airtime. And I remember that I was looking at and everybody was real secretive about it. And I remember I was looking at one of the local personalities, and they was mad at the person that was over Comcast, right? And they said the person's name, and I was like, oh. I immediately started doing research, and I ended up, he was the director, and I found his son. And I was like, are you over Comcast? And he was like, no, my dad is. And he was like, I'm gonna give you his phone number. Gave me his dad's phone number. It took his dad like 2 or 3 weeks to call me back. And I was sitting there working, and he called me. He said, hey, my name is such and such. Did you reach out to me? You're interested in having a network on Comcast? I said, yeah. And he said, okay, well, let me send you everything that you're gonna need. And it was like a 30-page, like 30 pages. And I'm talking about this for a reason. It was like 30 pages. I had to have like $2 million worth of insurance. I had to have this, I had to have that. I was like, Lord, I can't even much read the language because it was in, that lawyer's language, right? And so the man called me back and he was like, well, can you come over to my office? And when I went over there to his office, I don't know what it was, but he talked to me for like an hour. And he was like, I tell you what, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do and how to fill the application out. I'm going to tell you where you can go get your insurance at. And he said, I'm not going to sell. This is how good God is. He said, I ain't selling nobody no more time until you get all of this filled out, and I'm gonna let you get your pickings of whatever time you want. That's when something is for you. God will lay it in your lap. And that man told me everything to write. He said, now I'm the person that approves it, the networks. And so he signed off on it and approved it right then and there. My dad paid for everything. One of the first people that I had when I started my network, my dad started calling his business partners, and I think it just kind of took off because it was a lot of the politicians around the city, and my dad was calling, well, my daughter's on TV, can y'all, I'm trying to get her stuff to pop off, can you all start coming over and being guests and allowing her to interview you? And that's exactly what happened. And I said this to say this: when something is for you, no devil in hell can stop it. The other production company was trying to come up against me, doing the same thing a lot of these folks were doing because they was jealous. But guess what? I'm still on there and they gone. When something is for you, God will allow other people to lay it in your lap, allow other people to bless you. And guess what? That man still, that he's no longer, he retired from Overcome Cast, and guess what? He still have his reach out to me. I see you still on. I see you still doing your thing. It's time for you to expand. We had a conversation when my dad died. He said, well, now it's time for you to go ahead and just expand. There's a lot of possibilities. That's the reason why I started buying into other markets. Like my dad, before he passed away, we had started buying into other markets, and we was looking at buying into Louisiana. And so my dad, it was, we was talking about getting into other stuff too that I'm still gonna do. He said, come on, man, you must know the devil riding me. I'm telling you, when it's for you, no devil in hell can stop you. And I'm gonna tell you, when you know that the blessings are gonna be great, the devil starts sending people at you. And you go, who are these people? These folks don't know me. They start making up reasons to start coming at you. Well, you said this about me. And you go, I don't even know you. What are you talking about? That's when you know that it's something greater for you, because people start coming at you, from out of nowhere. And the devil put people on assignments. I believe in evil spirits and evil entities and things like that. People don't know oftentimes, that they are being used by a demonic force, right? And so that's the reason why y'all always hear me say, a person that has a jealous spirit on them is a real dangerous person. They will do anything. That's the reason why it's a lot of people in their grave right now, because of jealous people, right? When they have that jealous, envious, demonic spirit on them, right? And I don't deal with people like that. Even if it's not, I got family members that I love to death, but they have that spirit of jealousy on them. Girl, she just went and got a car because I went and got a car. Yeah, she just watch. I got a house. She gonna go get a house because I went and got a house. I don't deal with folks like that. I don't deal with women like that. I deal with women that when you go get you something nice, they go, "Oh, girl, I see you." Cause see, if you went and got you a BMW, they already had a BMW, or they already been there, done that, and so they celebrating. Girl, I see you coming up. I see you. Those are the types of women that I like being around, right? And so I just made a video stating these same things, haven't even edited yet. Then get on here and you saying the same thing, confirmation. Absolutely. That's the reason why I say make next year your best year. Leave anything that is not conducive to your growth. One of the things that I got to leave my dad in 2023 physically, but all of the principles that he taught me, the business mind that he has given me, all of that I take with me. His spirit is going to follow me into 2024. I got to leave his physical body in 2023, right? Cuz he down there at the grave, his physical body, but everything that he taught me, I'm carrying that with me. But it's a lot of people that have been toxic, right? In our lives, that we have carried with us for several years. Lay that stuff down. Leave these folks in 2023 and make 2024 your best year. Okay. Make 2024 your best year. People, real feelings will always show when you coming up. I'm telling you, you already know who's for you and who's not. Because one thing for sure, when people are for you and they see you trying to do something, I'm not saying that they have to help you. Okay. And when I say when they see you trying to do something, they'll try to help you. How can I help you? Girl, I ain't got no money to make no investments or nothing, but you need me to come over there to my to over there, come over there to your office and do this, and that. I remember one day, I used to get on Facebook Live all the time, right? And I remember one day I was sitting over at my office and I was like, dog, because I be having a lot of paper and I have a lot of lights and stuff because I record my TV show and my client's TV show over there at the studio, right? And one of my first cousins was looking at me on live, and I was like, dog, I need to have start hiring somebody to come in here and vacuum and clean up my office, because when I come in here, I'm usually running in, doing what I need to do, recording and having to run right back out. My cousin called me, was like, cousin, I'm getting ready to come over there. She came over there with she came over there with her cleaning stuff, okay? And I did everything I could to try to pay her. She was like, girl, I'm not gonna have you pay me, you know. I'm not gonna have you pay me, but I tried to, I got, I did it in another way since you wouldn't take no money. I was like, okay, well, we're gonna go out, we're gonna have some drinks and stuff, and we're gonna, go to a nice restaurant. Everything is on me. And I said, when people see that you're in distress and you're trying to do something, any way that they can help you, people that really care about you, even if it's just encouraging words, it costs nothing to try and encourage somebody. But see, we're in the age where now, and I can't understand it, where people are just so toxic and they're so jealous hearted and they're miserable because they feel a certain way about themselves and their situations. They'll do whatever they can to try and make you feel the same way, and that's the reason why I say you have to be very, very meticulous about who you allow into your ear gates and the stuff that you look at. Sometimes you have to say, because a lot of times, as I was saying before, people look at you as the damn garbage can, right? They'll call you girl this and that, girl this and that. They put in all this heaviness and stuff on you, right? And people don't believe it, but I'm a real quiet, reserved, and shy person. People don't know it, right? Because they see me on here, they see me on TV, and they think I'm this big personality when I'm really shy and reserved and quiet. So when people call me, oftentimes I'll sit and I'll listen. I used to. I'll sit and I'll listen. Now I don't answer my phone much. I'll sit and I listen to what they got to say. But as soon as I had heaviness on me, and I wanted to call, what you doing? I was thinking about this, and this right here has been bothering me. And it takes a lot for me to tell people about my innermost, because I'm real guarded, because I don't ever want folks throwing nothing back in my face. So if I trusted them enough to call them and tell them that I was feeling a certain type of way, what I learned about people is they'll say, well, hold on, let me call you back, girl. They don't even want to hear nothing you got to say. But they'll call you and dump all of their problems on top of your head. All of a sudden, you feeling sluggish, your head hurting. They dumped all that garbage on you, look at you like the garbage can. But as soon as you got something going on with you, they don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Right? And that's another thing I learned. I ain't nobody's damn garbage can. You're not gonna call and put all of that damn heaviness on me that you got going on. And as soon as I call you, what you doing? I was thinking about this. This right here really bothered. Girl, I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna call you, girl. That's just too much for me. I don't want to hear that. Okay, I tell you what, I ain't gonna answer my phone for you no more. Sometimes you just can't answer your phone. I got 5 phones and they ring all the time. And I know when it's business and when it's not. I barely pick them up. Okay, because I'm not going to allow, I pick them up for certain people because I'm not going to allow, I decided I wasn't going to be nobody's damn garbage can. Okay. You can't give up hope. There is hope. Don't give up. Absolutely. Right. Witches and warlocks. And a lot of times they want to dump that heaviness on you. Sometimes people, because we living in the age where people put a lot of stuff on social media. And I got the type of mindset that when I see people putting things that are going on that's good for them on social media, I don't have the mindset to say, ooh, they bragging about what they going on. My mind don't work like that. Okay. Because I'm used to things. Okay. The first thing I'll say is first thing people, you have to be careful about that because people will see that and go, she thinks she doing something or he think he doing something. And if they have a connection to you, they see you all happy and you glad that you got some stuff going on. People work hard. They'll call you with something bad. Such and such said this about you, or you working with that person, blah, blah, blah. They'll try to dump all of that heaviness on you. That's the reason why I say a lot of things that you do, you probably have to do it in private. And I know, even after, I know they said don't say nothing until after it has manifested. Sometimes you can't even say nothing after it has manifested because we're living in an age now where people are dealing, I do believe in the spiritual world, people go stand at the grave instead of trying to ask God to do something about their old black heart. Okay, helping them, Lord, help me to get off crack. I've been on crack 30 years. Help me, deliver me. I'm a crackhead. Okay. They'll go stand at the grave and pray and come get with people and start chanting to try to come up against you. So you have to be real. They think they got something going on. I bet you they ain't gonna have it for long. Motherfuckers in their damn late 30s, 40s, and 50s doing stuff like that, right? So that's the reason why I say, y'all, whether it's friends or family or whatever, let's leave a lot of junk that is not conducive to your growth and your livelihood in 2023 and make 2024 your best year. Okay, make 2024 your best year. Okay. I know, like, when you see people mad and frustrated, we've all had to deal with stuff much worse than dealing with a bunch of meddling low lives, whether it's on your job, whether it's on here, or whatever. We've had to deal with, stuff much worse, like losing parents and losing loved ones, losing friends, losing things that truly meant something in our life, right? So if you can get past that, all of this other stuff is just a walk in the park. Decide that you're not going to, and I know it's hard, because I was thinking about Jeff Lee. Jeff Lee come in here sometimes and he'll be meddling or whatever. But I was thinking about what he said the other day when he was saying, well, you allow your the trolls or the hackers or whatever to control you. No, I don't allow them to control me. I think, you guys, once I started finding out about everything that they had done, and I wasn't messing with these people, I wasn't doing anything to these people, I had not done anything to them, but I seen a lot of them had decided they was going to control the internet and some more stuff that they got when working with these record labels. I got to thinking about, because he wasn't the first person to say it. I'm like, they did that. They did it to me. They didn't do it to you. They violated me. That obsession is with me. It's easy for people to say when it's not them, right? And I'm not saying that it's not valid, but I'm just saying it's easier for people to say. And I think, this stuff happening to me, it was able to open my eyes about stuff because I had a habit of telling people, well, you know what, I sure understand what you're going through, but we're gonna have to go ahead and get over it, especially when people could not put stuff down, right? And what it has allowed me to be is more understanding when things of this nature happen, because we have been seeing it, right? But when things of this nature happen, it has allowed me to be more understanding. When people are saying, well, listen, these people are violating me. And I always thought it was valid when people were violating folks, always. But at some point I was like, well, you got to put it down. But I'm way more understanding now. So I think everything that we go through is always for a reason. It's definitely for a season. But what you have to do is you got to learn when that season is over. I'm talking about with anything in your life, even with people, right? Because my season had been over with quite a few people, and God allowed me to truly understand this year, right? That my seasons had been up with these people, and I kept carrying them into new years, because of loyalty, because of this. Although a lot of them weren't even worthy of even being in my life, they had been showing me who they was, but because I'm a loyal person, I just kept carrying them with me. We got to learn when a person's season is up. It's okay to say, listen, this was that when it was that. Hey, I'll always remember that. Hey, listen, I still care about you, but I gotta leave you here. You're not conducive. You're not conducive to my livelihood. You're not conducive to my life anymore. And I've outgrown that. We just ain't it just, it's not doing anything for me at this point. I got to go on with my life, right? And I think that's one of the hardest things that we do. I think a lot of us stay stagnant because we're always trying to drag people along with us that ain't even worthy, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's relationships or whatever. I've always had a habit of doing that, right? Um, Especially as I got older, because I always had this thought in my mind. And I guess I'm getting too personal now, but I'm gonna say this. As I got older, I always had this thought in my mind. I was like, and I know this is goofy or whatever. I was like, I don't want to have sex with a lot of men. And so I always tried to stay. If I started having a relationship with somebody and it was a sexual relationship, I was like, okay, well, I just don't want to have a lot of bodies. Hey, some people think like that. I don't want to have a lot of bodies. Everybody have flaws, and maybe I should just try and stick it out. And so it made me stay in relationships a long time, right? Even after the assignments or even after the seasons was over with, right? Even after God has shown me that this person ain't messing with you like that, because I'm a very loyal person. It made me stick in there because I had this thought in my head. I just don't want to go through getting to know somebody else and then doing this and that and then exchanging energies with them. Marshall, Marshall, can't share, but I'll sub eyes. Charles Taylor, I don't know who you are, love, but thank you for subbing. Okay. But let's make 2024 the best year. Lay down the jealousy. As women, we're very territorial, right? We're very territorial, and we're always fighting for some type of position, right? And I was listening to I happened to run up on this podcast. And it's funny that I ran up on it because I remember, it's so weird, y'all. These two twins from out of New Orleans. I promise you, it was in my algorithm. And I remember after Katrina, and I don't even know how I met him, right? But I remember we talked on the phone. When I said, I was like, I think that's that guy that I had talked to from out of New Orleans right after Katrina. And him and his brother, they're identical twins, right? And I was looking at their I was like, that's him, because when I looked at his name, I remember his name, and I was like, because his name is kind of, it ain't a lot of people got his name, and his brother's name is um Kareem. So I remember I the other day I remember clicking. I just happened to click on. I was like, wow, they got a vlog. I just happened to click on a video of theirs, and I was listening to them say, as it relates to women, and they're very nice looking guys. um women do stuff to compete with other women. He said, we don't care about that stuff. No, they were saying we don't care about that stuff. No, no BBLs, no stretch marks or nothing like that. Hell, we don't care nothing about that. He said, because I'm gonna tell one of them, I because they're so identical, I don't know which one it was saying the only thing men really care about is peace. It was like, really, it's peace. He was like, women do that for each other, they compete with each other. And I think as women, what we need to do is, and it's true, we see women going at each other all the time and wanting to see bad things happen to other women because they don't know how to control their emotions. They have all of this jealousy. They work with men to try and hurt, to try and take other women out. If I just like they did, God in them did Young Dolph. If I take her out, maybe it'll make me pop more. I won't have to look at her because it's just something about her that irks me. Like it's that jealousy spirit. And when I think about women, I think about like how my grandmother and them were, right? My grandma was a very firm person, right? But she only had a few friends. But I just remember how they were. They were able to talk about stuff, and they didn't put each other's business all out in the street and all of that. But we living in a time now, it's unfortunate, where people are so damaged. I never thought that I would live to see the day where people are so damaged, right? That especially women, and a lot of these, I don't mean no harm, men, don't get mad, but it's a lot of men that act like a bunch of damn bitches now, okay? Where people just get a lot of gratification out of seeing people hurt and suffering, right? And I figured that out, you guys, like when my dad died, when that vlogger was sending people at me, and them imps, and they were sending me messages talking about, yeah, look at you now, your daddy dead, you talked about his son, now your daddy dead, Ain't Karma is a bitch, and this and that. And God has gotten a lot of them back and ain't done getting them back. Go dig your dead ass daddy up. And so that's the reason why D-Mom was saying to me, she said, Tam, I love you. And when you talk about your dad, you seem to get emotional. She said, and which you should, because it's still new. She said, but I get to thinking about all of them messages, that they were sending you, and how that's the reason why I was so mad. Why y'all think I was talking about, I hate him, I hope he died? And my mama had to deal with me on that. My mama said, God can't do nothing to him until you let that go. You on your vlog talking about you wish somebody would die? She said, you know better than that. You already know better than that. But I was so angry, y'all. And I still got the messages. They were sending me these messages, and it was different ones of them. Go dig your dead ass daddy up. Yeah, you talked about his son last year, and your daddy dead this year. Karma is a bitch. Yeah, your daddy dead. You thought your daddy was something. Now he laying in your stinking ass daddy laying in his grave. Right? It's a lot of stuff that I didn't say. People didn't know where that anger was coming from. Okay? But Dima had to say to me, she said, Tam, you get emotional. She said, and I look at you like a little sister. She said, but it just does something to me when I think about you got a bunch of eyes. People that don't even know you, they jealous of you, don't even know you. That they love to see you talk about your dad because they like to hear you tear up. They like to hear your voice crack. It turns them on because people are so sick now. They like to see you in pain. In the back of their mind, they think when they went over to Haiti or somewhere, wherever they say they went, okay? And they think they the reason my dad was gone, but he was already sick. And I think it was necessary for my brother-in-law and them, because we had been into it about some stuff. But it was necessary for us to talk and for me to hear that stuff, because see, the devil want to keep you angry and stuff all the time. And for my brother-in-law to say, listen, your daddy came to me a year and a half ago and said, this is how I want some things done. Because his kidneys weren't working. His kidneys was consistently declining. And he said, I ain't going to be here too much longer. So I know it's going to make whoever thought that they put a spell on my dad is sad, but you didn't do it, and you ain't got the power to do it, okay? His time was just up. Okay, I know it probably make them go commit suicide. I thought I did it. No, you ain't got the power to do it, but we come against you by the power of the Holy Ghost. Okay, you got to be careful about who you try to come up against and speak against sometimes. Okay, because oftentimes when God gets you back, you don't recover. You better be careful about what you say and who you mess with, because it'll come back around so quick. You don't know the ranking of the people in those people in the spiritual. You don't even know who their ancestors were and how they had prayers and stuff sealed in heaven for their lineage. You don't know that. That's the reason why sometimes when you mess with folks, you mess around, you a healthy person, you croak out. You have a heart attack and die because you put your mouth on the wrong person. You think you're gonna come up against somebody. I'm paying for a hit on her, and you have a you think you get ready to go and kill that person, and you have a damn wreck on the expressway and die before you get to them, because it's some people you can't mess with. My prayer will be a good thing, Beulah, before you sign off. They really are. They get a kick out of hearing your pain. So sad. Right. They get a kick out of it. It's a sickness. When some people have been in pain, right, they feel like everybody else. That's the reason why I say you have to be careful about, you know, I've always been one of those people. And although I'm older now, okay, I've always held my own. And I see it in my oldest daughter. Like, she's so free-hearted. She don't care about nothing material. Nothing. She'll get everything she got away. Okay. But I always had it really bad about, if I felt like people were trying to do better, I just had my like I would be do anything that I could to try to help them, right? And it goes back to when I was a HR manager, and I ain't know nothing about being no HR manager. I was a maybe prayer would be a good thing before you sign off. I'm with it. Okay. I didn't know anything about being an HR manager, but God had blessed me. A person was elected to a position. I thought they asked me to leave the police department to come and be their assistant, right? And when I got over there, they was like, I need an HR manager. And I want you to do it. I was like, I don't know anything about HR, but I didn't know that God was preparing me. Y'all always remember, now when you pray, your steps are ordered. Okay. And so I got over there and they started getting me all the training that I need. And I apply all of that to my business now, right? And so, I would get all of the applications that would come through the government for the government. And I started, people would come in, and I was just into like interviewing everybody. I was like, I want to interview everybody. I want to see. And, people would come in there and they was like, I've always applied for the government and I couldn't get in, and this, and that. I just feel so honored now to finally be able to get a interview. And so I had this thing about, I was like, okay, I know this person might have minimum qualifications, but they got the um people have to have a chance. Okay. I always thought like that. Okay, people got to have a chance. They ain't got the experience, but somebody got to give them a chance to get the experience. This person came in here, they got the experience, but their attitude was stank. So you know what? Let's go with the person who's got the least experience, but has the attitude to learn. I love it when I hear people say when they would come into interviews, hey, I've never did it before, but I'm willing to learn anything. I can do it. Like, I love to hear that. Like, I'm like, I want that person. We gotta give that person a chance. They ain't got the experience. I just feel like God put me here so that we could start giving people chances. That's got the zeal, that's got the zest to want to learn. They got the right attitude, and that's how I felt, right? And so I was giving people chances, and I was just very nurturing, right? I coddled folks when they would come in. I would coddle them, and I would try to encourage them. But here's the thing: a lot of people were not, it opened me up for attack, right? And what I learned is, and this is what I've learned in like the last 4 years of my life has definitely been a learning experience. I don't care who you help. You're in a position to help them, and they'll get jealous because God has given you the favor with the right people to be in a position to help them. Their minds would tell them, I want to be in her position. And so then I started hearing, well, she didn't even have the experience, which I mean, I was appointed. Hell, they couldn't do nothing about it. They only just gave her that job. The very people who, some of the people who had the least experience, that some of them, we even knew, right? They only just gave her that position because of who her daddy is. Motherfucker, you in here because God touched my heart to give you, an opportunity, right? And so I learned a lot from that. Like, you have to be, when you're chosen, and all of us are chosen in some way, shape, or form. You have to be very careful about who you make yourself available to, right? You have to be very careful about who you share your gifts with, right? Because the enemy is going to always try and attack, and the enemy works through people. Those evil spirits is always going to try to attack you through the people that are closest to you, especially when you have a mandate on your life. Some people are just chosen, okay? Some people are just chosen. They said few are called. I don't believe that's just for people. I mean, for pastors, when they said few are called, or many are called, few are chosen, right? It's just everybody ain't meant to be a leader. Everybody ain't meant to be. But there are some people that was born to be leaders. Some people got to be followers. But if you are a good follower, you can benefit just like the leader can. But the issue is, I think the spirit of jealousy and all of that has taken over, and people don't want, your position ain't to be at the, I say that all the time, man. You ain't got what it takes sometimes to woo people in. Hey, I'd be surprised because I go, dog, my personality ain't all that. I've never been a people's person, right? But that's the reason why, like, when I served, I always wanted to serve behind people. Okay, I'll pump you up. I'll do whatever you need to do in the background, right? And because I served so good in the background, people was like, we want to bring you to the forefront. We want to bring you to the forefront. But the issue is, everybody want to be leaders, and everybody ain't meant to be a leader. Sometimes you got to play another position, and God will bless you right in that position. But that spirit of jealousy take a, why they getting all the attention? Motherfucker, you getting more money than you ever got in your life, helping this person that's in the front. That's the position you're supposed to be in. That's the position that you good in. But people get jealous of the person in the forefront. They ain't even got the character that it takes, because it takes a lot to be out in the front. You receive all the attacks. People want to kill you. They want to know about your family to kill them. It's a lot of sick people. Leaders have to go through a lot. That's the reason why they have to have real loyal people around them. But people don't want to play their position. But if you are a leader, or regardless of what position you're supposed to be in, make 2024 your best year and leave that garbage and people that's full of garbage into 2023. If they ain't conducive to your livelihood, or they ain't supporting where you going in your future, leave them behind. Leave them behind. Get them clean up out your life. Get them clean up out your life. There have been times in my life that it hurt me so bad when I knew that I had to leave. I made a decision that I had to leave some stuff behind. It would hurt me to look at my phone and not answer it. It would hurt me. But you got to start leaving that stuff behind. And guess what? When I decided that I was going to leave that stuff, detach it from me, and leave it behind by any means necessary, I started elevating. I will start elevating, because a lot of times, when people say, well, the devil, people are blocking me. A lot of times you blocking yourself. And you supposed to be on another level. You can't even go because you got the wrong people around you. God ain't gonna elevate you until and help you and take you to the promised land, and you got people around you that when you get there, it gonna help you to forfeit it. They ain't even worthy of being on another level, and you trying to carry them with you, a bunch of damn dead weight. Let it go. Learn to accept when people's assignments are up in your life. Because guess what? On the other side of that pain that's keeping you held back, I promise you is a blessing. It's a bunch of other people that's ready to help you to go to another level that's really supposed to be in your life. You know, I hear people say all the time, I've never been the one to tell people to people need to stop giving the devil so much credit. Right. I've never been the one to tell people that I've never been the one to tell people to leave their spouses or their relationships, not unless it was some type of abuse in it. I would go, yeah, you need to get out of there, okay? Because that's not. It's somebody gonna end up hurt, okay? But I also understand. You know, I hear folks say all the time, and I don't say anything. I definitely don't say nothing about married people. But I hear people say all the time, well, you know, they do all that long suffering because, well, you know, I made a vow, we got married, you know, how long have you, are you happy? We've been married 15 years, girl. I ain't been happy in 10. I think it's unfortunate. And hey, if you love your person, love them and stick it out. I that's what I say. You know, hey, do whatever it is you feel like you need to do. But life is too short to be stuck in something just because of these ideologies. And when I say that, you know, well, God honors marriage. A lot of you married, and God ain't safe for you to get married. You just married because the sex was good, and you got married, right? And that's the reason why when you do all the sex and you in bed and it's nasty and y'all done slobbed each other up and ate each other booty for a few. I mean, it gets old. Hell, what is it after that? It was lust, okay? And so God was never in the midst of that anyway. Everybody that's married, God didn't say for them to get married. But people keep that, you know, these ideologies in their head, and you know, well, you know, God, I got to stay here and long suffer. Lady, you ain't had a light in your eye in 25 years. Every time you see her, her eyes look like the light is out, and him too. He about dead because he don't want to be there. Okay, but life is too short to stay stuck in stuff. Because I feel like this, you know, because I know people say, well, you know, you ain't supposed to divorce. I feel this way. If something ain't working out, you ought to be able to part just like you came together and be amicable about it. Life is too short, y'all. Make 2024 your best year, because if you ain't happy, I ain't saying the first time you have an argument to leave your spouse. I'm not saying that. But if you've been unhappy for 15 years, both of you, y'all need to start looking at other things, other options, okay? And make it amicable, okay? And decency and in order, okay? He said, Miss T who eating booty. Child, these folks be getting married because and these folks be getting married and acting a fool because of sex. Okay. They gets married and act a fool because of sex. Oh Lord have mercy, Ronald. You're hilarious. Lamar says I'm not eating booty in 2024. I hope you weren't eating it in 2023. That's nasty. Well, I don't mean no harm because I know people be getting mad at me, child. If whoever like eating booty, have at it, eat it until your stomach can't is full. Okay, but I just think that you know that hepatitis and all of that. Oh, that's what I'm thinking about. Oh Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Oh Lord Jesus. But y'all make 2024 your best year. Make it your best year and understand this, you know. You can never come up on top. You can never come you can never come up on top by destroying somebody else. It ain't gonna work out for you. And that's the reason why I say when you see that something is not working, sometimes, especially if you know you've been praying and meditating and you know it's something bigger for you, sometimes God be trying to pull you apart from people, because some of these people, when especially when they're out there doing dirt and you are a good person, God be trying to pull things apart so that, because they got to go, you're gonna get back everything that you do, right? And so sometimes God be trying to pull you away from people, rather it's friendships or whatever, because you ain't supposed to go through that karma or be there with them when they go through, when they get that get back, because they gonna get it. So I think for me, I'm like I said, I understand now, every my steps are ordered, and everything that happens, I don't care how it stings in the beginning, okay? Um, it happens in my best interest, okay? It happens in my best interest, because I'm thinking about some guys that I've talked to in the past. And then I go, dog, I really liked him. And you mess around, and I ain't exchanged sexual energies with very many men. But you mess around and you have sex with them, and you start exchanging those sexual energies. Sometimes, especially if it's good, sometimes it's hard to let that stuff go, because that sex will make a damn fool out of you, for real. I'm not ashamed to say it. I was dating a guy. Right. And I haven't had but 7 sexual partners. So y'all know, whenever I got, and I'm in my 40s, I got with one, I got a little clingy. Okay, if I liked him enough to have sex with him. But I knew I wasn't supposed to be with that man. But that sexual energy had my mind completely blown. I was like, damn, when I go, no, I can't stand him. I'm not going to answer the phone for him no more. And God was already showing me that he was not the person. But that man had my mind blown. And it ain't easy to blow my mind. In my age, it ain't. But he blew it. Okay. So that's the reason why you have to be very, very careful. And it was nothing about, I didn't like his I had started figuring his personality, I couldn't stand. And I was he get on my nerve. I can't stand his personality. I mean, and because I was a strong person, I was a strong woman, he even started trying to work at trying to break me some. I couldn't stand him. And that's the reason why I say those sexual energies will make a fool out of you. Because my mom even said to me one time, what you see in him? You don't even like him. You can't even stand him. I couldn't tell him. He done blew me my mind. Okay. But that was some years back, child. That was some years on back. So that's why you have to be very careful about who you lay down with. You have to be very careful. He said an ex-boyfriend. That's been forever ago, though. I couldn't even stand him. And so now, because he reached out to me on Facebook, when I see him now, I go, Lord have mercy, Jesus. He sent me messages all the time. Sometimes I was looking at a message he sent me yesterday. He sent me a message, Merry Christmas, with a damn picture of him. I looked at it and left it on unread. I was looking right at it. Shit. Not because I'm scared that he gonna pull me back in, because he can't pull me back in, because I wouldn't lay with him for nothing in my life at this point. The thought of laying with him grosses me out. I swear the mamas be knowing. I'm like, Ma, let me make the mistake. So you have to be very, very careful about this stuff, because that sex will make a fool out of you. You know what, Kenny? I think that's what I'll do. I'm gonna block him. And I thought about that. I was like, I need to unfriend him on Facebook. Not because I'm scared of falling back in, because it's been many years. I don't even want him. As a matter of fact, he be posting a lot of pictures and stuff. I said, look at this damn sissy. Because I get to thinking about, like when he was trying to break me, you too spoiled. You said this, like you said that wasn't even like, it was almost like he wanted me to know. I don't know if he was jealous or what. He wanted me to know that I think after he saw, I don't know what it was that he saw, but it made him want to start trying to break me or something. Fuck him. A bitch. I am. I'm. Thank you for telling me that I am. I'm a block him. I'm a unfriend. Oh my goodness. Trust me, I don't have memories of that, Kenny Adams. I don't have no memories of that. I don't think about that because I don't think about that. Not with him. I don't know what it is about the majority of my exes. The majority of my exes that I've been with, especially those that I was in sexual relationships with, I don't even have no like the thought of that. I don't even have no thoughts of no sex with them. Period. But I'm thinking about it now. The thought of it, I go, ugh. I would never. I would never. Ugh. It grossed me out to think about it. See, that's when you know that when you become in tune to who you really are, you already know when with the thoughts of thinking about your exes and stuff, that's when you know that you have a soulmate somewhere else. Because the thought of another man touching you, okay? The thought of another man touching you grosses you out. She said, thought about it. Not today, Satan. Ronald Gray says eating cookies and cupcakes. Well, most men eat cookies and cupcakes. I'm gonna say I don't know one that don't. And if they say they don't, they telling a darn lie. And I'm serious. Like when I say that I am celibate, I was ashamed at first. I was very ashamed. I was like, dog, I'm celibate. That's so I was ashamed. And then I heard some women, like when I posted that picture of that lady talking about celibacy, it was so many women that started commenting up under there talking about they were celibate, and it just liberated me. I felt better about myself because I was like, everybody getting it in except for me. I have not. I'm ashamed to say when the last time it was that I got it in, but it's been but it's been a very, very long time. And I'm telling the truth, like a year or more. Um I'm not doing anything. If I'm good enough to lay with, I'm good enough to marry. And I'm talking about I don't believe in no, people going to get toys and stuff now. I don't believe in toys, and I know I'm getting ready to make some more people mad, and I don't believe in no masturbating. To me, that's perversion. If I'm gonna do that to myself, I may as well go get me a a a, a man, with a wing with a hard wing. If I'm gonna do all that, I'd rather have the energy of a man, his chest, and ooh, just rubbing all of. Oh Lord, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Yeah, we can't talk about this, y'all, because see, the devil be trying to get into my head. A hairy chest man. Oh, go back. Oh, yeah, y'all remember what Mud Deer was saying? Back and forwards, back and forwards. Oh my goodness. Um, I'm good. I'm telling y'all, like, I don't. She said I got 5 years. Miss Lynn, it's been 5 years. Oh my God, Miss Lynn. I mean, that's good though. That's a lot of. I'm telling you, like, that's a lot. That's a lot of. mind over matter. A lot of restraint or constraints or whatever. That it's been 5 years for Miss Lynn. Ronald said it's been 2 years for him. I don't believe you, Ronald. Lord have mercy. Tam like that taco meat. He said, I like the taco meat. I don't know yet. 5 years. Jesus Christ. But if I have to go 5 years, I will. I'll go 10 years because I'm not giving it up to nobody unless if I'm good enough to lay with, I'm good enough to marry. But I just don't believe God gonna make me go 10 years. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Kenny said 5 years. If you touch her, she pregnant. That's a good thing though. She's gone 5 years. That's a beautiful thing. Hey, I feel this way. Like I said, it's on lockdown. The only person that's got the key to it is the man that marries me. If he don't want to marry me, we can't do nothing. He ain't getting none. And he ain't gonna get none until the honeymoon night. Cause people go buy you a ring and then get some and then call the wedding off. But people don't honor marriage anymore. They marrying folks they'll marry you just so that they can do it to you. Because I'm telling you, like somebody said to me, um, somebody said to me just like a month ago, I was like, I'm celibate. I'm not doing anything until I've decided that I want to wait until I get married. And what he said to me was, well, let's get married on Christmas. Let's do it. Let's go to the court and get married. I said, you got to be kidding me. You trying to you want to marry me just so you can have sex with me? No, it's not. She don't have cobwebs. That's a beautiful thing to be celibate for 5 years. That just goes to show that she respects her body. Okay, she's definitely saving herself for her husband. Okay, and I want to be like her. I want to have that type of staying power where you understand who you are, you respect your body, and you already know ain't nothing touching me unless they serious about me. Yes, and I'm good. I told my granddaughters that I was not going to date until I get the right man. And I've been married before, and trust me, I give my time and energy to God and the church. I hear you, Miss Lynn. Because it's folks married now that ain't having sex because they can't even stand each other. Women can go 5 years. I'm gonna tell you something. The longest I went, and I'll never do this again. I'm talking about I'll never do this again. And this was when my girls were like younger. The longest I went like almost 3 years. And the only reason why I started having sex was because I was like, dog, it's been almost 3 years. I need to have sex. And I started dating the guy that I was working with to get me, and Lord forgive me. See, men can't go 5 years. You can if you put mind over matter. I mean, it's a mental thing. You can go 5 years. So when men go a long time, do they really get blue bells? Is that what is it called? Do y'all really get blue bells if you go for a long time? Is it called blue bells? They say men get blue bells or something when they go a long time. Newton, you said I'm just here for the comments. I did. Thank you, Shay, baby. I did. I got it. Thank you so much. I'm telling you. And then y'all don't know that the the H to the I to the V and the A to the I to the D to the S rate is up. Okay, it is up in record numbers. I'm telling you, like it is up. People would be surprised. Like these little small communities, like in the Memphis area, like there's an area in Memphis called Binghamton, and it's a small area, and the H to the I to the V numbers have always been high, but it has spread all over the Memphis area. And I was looking at the numbers, and I was looking at the areas now because they'll tell you the neighborhoods and the amount of people that is reported, right? And the H to the I to the V and the A to the I to the D to the S, because y'all know they on here you have to, they be wanting to try to, anything you say they try to monitor it. And they were saying that the Binghamton area, the Orange Mound area, and the Whitehaven area is infested with people that have the H to the I to the V and the A to the I to the D to the S. And the numbers are extremely high in African American women. African American women are getting it from you know, their so-called boyfriends. When ASAP Rocky made that song Effing Problems, he was talking about me. And other diseases on the rise too. But I'm gonna tell y'all what they do to the H to the I to the V. They don't talk about it because they don't want you to think about it. They want these people to go out and do crash dummy type stuff. So if you ain't thinking about it no more, they got everybody thinking about COVID. Folks ain't talking about the H to the I to the V and the A to the I to the D to the S. They just talking about COVID, and they out here screwing anybody without a condom. So if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. And they out here, getting that stuff. And so they getting that stuff. The money is in the medicine. They don't talk about prevention anymore. They ought to be saying, wrap it up. Celibacy is a good thing. Uh, wait until you get married, and then y'all go together and get your status checked. They don't talk about that. All they talk about is you can live with it now. So that means that they don't want to prevent it because they want you to be on the medicine for the rest of your life because the money is in the medicine. So they don't talk about it. They black it out. They don't want you to think about, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Just because you've been with somebody for a year, don't mean that it don't mean that they don't have it. Because some people say, well, we started out using protection, but we've been together a year now, so we hear. Because folks, a lot of women feel like if he don't use protection on her, that he trusts me. I remember, when I had boyfriends, they would go, well, I trust you, motherfucker. I trust me too. I don't trust you. And women let men play that game on them. I trust you. I know you clean. I know I'm clean. What you? I don't trust you. So now, since you trust me that easy, I can't trust you because you are not putting your life in my hand. Go get tested together. But people feel like, well, we've been together for a year, and we exclusive now, so we don't use protection no more. But did y'all go get your status check? Okay, well, it don't mean nothing. Cause just because you decided to be exclusive don't mean that the person ain't positive. And people are not thinking about that. It's amazing to me how people think. I think that's the reason why my damn blood pressure be up high. Cause coming on here, I'm exposed to a whole lot of different people. I ain't talking about y'all. I'm just talking about some people that have come in through my chat and stuff and their mindset. And you go, people really think like that for real? I wonder if they playing. Are they trolls or something? A lot of them were trolls, but some people truly have a mindset and they be in their late 30s and 40s and 50s. And you go, that's how they think. That's the reason why I say you can't let stuff stress you out now. You can't control people. The only thing you could do is love them or care about them from a distance or whatever. And because people are whacked out. They are completely whacked out. They real whack jobs. And I'm serious. People done lost their minds. And get that one person, have an understanding. Y'all go get tested together. I can't understand how people step outside of their relationships and not use protection. And they'll lie about it. I use protection. Nigga, you got 4 kids with this girl. You done stepped out on me and went and had a baby with another woman. So you did not, use protection, and vice versa. And it's not like these are young people in their 20s and 30s, I mean 20s and early 30s. These are old folks that's being a darn fool. Being married is a blessing, and I turned down a lot of cat. That's a blessing because you care about how your your person feels. My dad used to always tell me, when you choose somebody, choose a man that is a provider and a protector, and make sure he cares about you. And he would always stress, make sure he cares about you. People always talk about, well, I want them to be in love with me. People can be in love with you. How many times you heard somebody say, I took him out because I took him out or took her out because I was in love with him. They call themselves in love with you and cuss you out, call you all out your name, go and cheat on you and stuff like that. But my dad would say, if they care about you, it's a lot of things that they're not going to say and do because they care about you first. Oh, Kenny, you don't need to slip up now. You need to think about the consequences. Gristle says sex is a beautiful thing, but what makes it bad is the deception and destruction that could potentially take place. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I get really heartbroken. That's the reason why I be talking about. I can't believe, like, I'm so behind. Y'all could tell I don't be out in the street. For a long time, when I was looking on social media and I was seeing girls say, I got my own $40. I got my own. I didn't know what the hell they was talking about because I was like, $40 ain't nothing. What she talking about? She got her own $40. Y'all, I had no idea that these girls was out here selling their stuff for 40. And so you let somebody enter your temple. You let them enter your temple for $40. You know what I mean? Like, when you start thinking about, because they say that thing is heaven. When you exchange sexual energies with a man, you get close to what they call heaven. And I do believe that, right? But to be just letting anybody ram in and out of you, yeah, I can't see that. And it's very disappointing because to me, there's nothing like better than especially when you vibing with somebody. I've dated men that I mean, I just felt their energy, and it was very disappointing when they betrayed me. I was like, dog, my soul just feels him. Like you have an orgasm just off of the energy of laying there before he even before you even jump on top of that thing or he jump on top of you. Just the energy of laying there hugging him gives you takes you to your climax because of your energy with him. But to have any and everybody, right, going in and out of you, releasing those different demonic spirits and stuff, y'all, I can't understand how these girls do that, and they being told that it's okay. Cypress, oh Lord, now Cypress going that Shay, baby. Lord have mercy. Lamar said, I call it heaven. They call it the ATM. They do. They call it the ATM now. These girls call their coochie their money maker. That's my money maker. I don't see like you got to be soulless. That's the reason why when you look in their eyes and stuff, they don't have like anything in their eyes. You got to be soulless to be letting somebody, you know, to be. How could you let them lay on? How could you let somebody you don't even love or care about lay on top of you, kissing you? I'm gonna tell y'all something, and this ain't no cap right here. I'm very affectionate when I like a person. I like to rub on them, and I'm just real affectionate. They get real tired of me, right? Because I like to touch them and rub them and all of that. But I can't even kiss a man unless I got to almost love him. And I love to be kissing on them and kissing on they. I love that. Now French kissing is something else. I gotta be in love with him to be letting him to French kiss because I ain't no French kisser. But I gotta almost love a man to let him kiss my lip with his lips. If he kissed me, it was because I almost loved him. So that's why I say I can't understand why how these girls sell their stuff for $40 and let these men that they don't care nothing about, that they probably feel grossed out, and even if it's more than $40, be all on them. That's just absolutely disgusting. I don't know how men do it. You laying in the bed with a woman you ain't even attracted to, you don't even want her. Oh, you just disgusting. And I'm serious. Like I'm not being extra. But y'all know I've been saying all the time. I've always been extra, okay? But I'm not being extra right now. I'm serious. It's disgusting. Cause I've gone out on dates with guys, and like when I got back to my car, because now I don't trust nobody, child. I'll tell them I'll meet you there, and they want to hug. Okay, we can hug, a goodbye hug. And the moment he's lean in to kiss me, no, now wait, no, 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 no kisses. Not it's too soon for kisses. No, mm-mm. Crystal says strippers do it all the time, doing side deals. Oh Lord Jesus, and they think it's funny. And they, be talking about I got $80 out of that nigga. I got $100 out of that nigga. I've heard men say, man, she charged $200. Her stuff too expensive. So you trying to tell me that these girls selling their stuff for only $200? $200 don't even pay no mortgage. Now I ain't no hoe and I ain't never thought about being no hoe. But if I'm gonna open up heaven and I ain't got no feelings or no emotions for you, you gonna pay off some bills. And I ain't talking about no nails or no because I could do all that for I do all that for myself. I'm talking about you gonna pay a couple months because if I gotta think about Lord have mercy, I done lay down and open up heaven for this man. That stuff be going through my head. I probably start drinking, listening, thinking about his voice in my ear, and disgusting. Motherfucker, you gonna pay 3 months of mortgage. Okay. You gonna drop off that's 1,600 a month. 16 times 3. You're gonna drop it off. If I gotta hear that in my head and think about that and drink some wine and stuff to try to get it out of my mind. That's if I was like that, but I ain't like that. Thank God I don't need I pays my own stuff. He said, grab them cheeks. Lord have mercy. A young woman thinks different things. A woman ain't nothing wrong with buying a little. Oh my God! And then he said, coochie head in there. Oh Lord have mercy. And then these women putting their mouths on these men's wings. I know I'm gonna lose a lot of men on there, but that's disgusting. Some of them may have a tangy smell. You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something. I be looking at men. I be looking at men like little Boosie in there. I was looking at little Boosie one day in the tub, and he was on his live, and he had soap all over his head and stuff. And little Boosie might smell little Boosie might smell good, but little Boosie always talking about all the different women and these men that be bragging about all of these different women and stuff that they be with. It makes me look at them as being nasty. I'm like, they lay down with all these different women, all these been up in all these different coochies. You know, everybody ain't clean. Um, that's just nasty to me to have their faces all up in their ass and stuff. It's just disgusting. Like men like that, I look at them differently. I look at them as being nasty. That's just nasty to me. And so I be looking at my cousins sometimes. My cousins are real good looking guys. They real whorish. I hope ain't none of their girlfriends on here, but they don't know which ones I'm talking about because it's a lot of them. They real whorish. I got a cousin that owns a club. Okay, well, I'm not okay. I'm through with that. I ain't gonna. Well, I'm not gonna talk about him. I'll just say in general. I be looking at some of my cousins sometimes, and I be looking at them like I be saying to y'all, oh, they look nasty. Y'all some little nasty dogs. Cause I be knowing all the women, that they mess around with. They be sneaking around with just nasty. I said, y'all some little nasty MFs. And I'm not saying that my cousin that owns the club is doing anything. I think God has delivered him. He just recently got married. I had to think about that. So just in case his wife on here, I don't know nothing about him doing nothing. I'm glad he finally sat down. He was the one that had to get on the damn Geritol. Oh, okay. I forget he married now. I'm not going. Uh, he said women like nasty. No, Gristle, women don't like nasty. I don't like to look at a man, and I like men that have pride in what they do. Thank you, Cecilia, for the text message. I like for men to have pride in what they do. I like I like talking to men that I see certain women. I go, I know he went, he got standards. I like men with standards. Lamar, I know a lot of these men be eating booty. Now they lie like they don't, but they all of them eats booty. And Lord, I was shocked to know that the women do it too now. Y'all, what is this world coming to? But hey, those that eat booty, I'm not knocking you for it. I dated a guy that was into that. I told him I didn't like that stuff. And that's one of the reasons why we ain't together, because I told him I don't like it. You need to respect me. Now, I didn't mind him kissing me on my booty. That's sexy, but when you start trying to go down between them cheeks and stuff, I don't like it. Some men, I think so. I've heard some men even prefer that. He said you gotta look good to do that. He said the devil is a lie. I don't do that. And some people are just, I don't know. Mm, I don't know. I just look at anything that involves the anal gland as being off limits. I do. Anything that's dealing with the anus, you know, doo doo come through that thing. And trust me, I'm clean and stuff. I know I be getting on here when I get mad. Sometimes I say, eat the shit out of my ass, but you would never find no shit in my ass. And I need to stop saying it because these folks on here have fetishes. When I get mad, I say that to anybody. Me and my cousin was into it the other day. I told him, eat the shit out of my ass. I was mad as hell at him. But oh my god! But I just be talking though. Cause I ain't you wouldn't find no I'm listen, and to make sure people that come to my house be clean, I got tissue paper and I have wipes. You wipe your ass when you go in my restroom, and spray and stuff, because I don't be wanting nobody leave no sense in there. That's right. It should stay exit only, brother Dwayne. And now somebody that's eating booty ain't no pearl tongue, they shitty tongue. Um y'all, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like I never thought I would live to see the day that men want for women, to put on strap-ons and stimulate their anal gland and stuff. That's sick to me. I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm being dead serious about this. I'm serious as a heart attack. If I ever get married to a man, because y'all know I ain't giving up the cookies no more until I'm married. Now, people say, well, what if it's thing little? Now, I've had sex with men, so I'm not a virgin. So, I'm being honest. When we decide that we're gonna get married, I'm gonna ask him, let me look at it. I need to look at it because I do want to see what I'm working with. Because see, it might be too, I don't want nobody that's too big. I be hearing women say that all the time, like, I want a mandingo. Nah, I don't want no big old man banging inside of me, giving me a damn hysterectomy. No, I'm gonna tell him, pull it out. Let me look at it. But y'all listen. I never thought I would live to see the day that men would be asking their women to put on strap-ons, and women don't see nothing wrong with that. Time, well, if you if I've heard women say, well, if I'm doing it to him, it's not gay. These women don't know nothing. He said, what if I'm disappointed? I'm gonna say this because I knew this girl who had a husband. She ended up divorcing because she was disappointed. She said his thing would shrink and go up in his balls. Just thinking about that grosses me out. I didn't know a thing could do that. But if it goes up in his balls, then I'm gonna have to pass on that. He said it's gay as F. I know. Hey, big L dog. She said he must have been mixed with turtle. If he wants his strap on, that's the last conversation we'll have. And I'm telling everyone, if I get married to a man and he says to me, I want you to put on a strap on, I want to have a I want to have a threesome, all of it, all of these things that he already know, because you have to talk to folks about stuff to let them know what you're into, what you're not into. Unfortunately, for a lot of men, they feel like when women, and this is what make me can't stand a man, certain men, they feel like when women fall in love with them, oh, now she in love, those things she said she wouldn't do. They be some of them, when they dirty and narcissists, I want her to do the very thing that she said she wouldn't do. If you love me, and I'm gonna tell you now, I'm gonna go get that shotgun. I'm not playing, because nigga, you tricked me. So you want me to put on a strap on, nigga, use us, Lord. Home, I want to say something. I'm not going to use the. Okay, I'm gonna stop because I was getting ready to say. So I was getting ready to go in and start cussing real bad because the thought of that makes me mad. If I say I'm not into something, you need to respect me. And I sure don't want no man that's require a strap on. He needs to go get him another damn man and leave me alone. Like he won't. Hell. Mm. Oh, you must live on both. Yeah, I'm live on both channels. He said, "Okay, I'm in here now." Um, Miss T, did Cornelius get taken outside of 201 Popular to the hospital? Not that I know of, but I can sure see. As a matter of fact, I know his pot. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see. I'll know before the day over. I'm Walmart with it. Wait a minute, Miss Diane. You say you Walmart with it. You Walmart with what? I'm not saying like listen, I'm not saying I'm boring because I'm not. I'm not boring. I just think it's things that you could do to keep it spiced up because like my last relationship, I was talking to my ex when we were together about some stuff, like some fantasies I had, and he was like, "What? I didn't even think you thought like that." I was like, "Yeah," but it was fun things between us. Not it didn't. It wasn't about you know. I didn't say anything to him about no threesomes or no strap-ons or anything like that. You know, I was talking about like other stuff, like you know, fun stuff, but it was healthy fun stuff. It wasn't no boring fun stuff. It blew his mind. It's like I didn't even think what? I hadn't even thought about that. I was like, yeah, you know, I want to do that. But I'm glad we didn't get a chance. He wasn't worthy of it, a bitch. That's the reason why me and him we broke up, and I ain't giving it up to nobody until I get married. Lord forgive me for calling him a bitch, but that's what he is. A low down bitch. A cheating, no good bastard. He lucky I didn't kick his ass. I can't stand no lying ass, cheating ass man. I can't. And then want to play victim and stuff all the time. Oh, I despise him too. Because I really did like him. He is one of the ones that I never want to see again. Crystal Hardaway says Tam trying to be like the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I've never seen that movie. It's all about how you feel about each other, the passion, the love. Yeah, that's true. Because when you're passionate with a person, you really want to explore different stuff. But I have standards. There are some things I don't care how I feel about a person. I would never want to do certain things. I ain't into threesomes. Ain't nobody sticking nothing up my booty hole. I ain't licking no assholes. I ain't putting nothing up nobody's assholes. Kiss my ass. And if they ask me to do that, I'm getting that shotgun because nigga, I'm gonna know use a sissy the whole time, bitch. Lord forgive me. I get mad when I think about some of the stuff these damn folks do. Listen, that's what Diane said that her and her husband be doing. Diane says her and her husband be playing cops and robbers. No, Diane said her and her husband be playing turkey hunt. Diane, what was that game you said you and your husband was playing turkey hunt or something for Thanksgiving? You put on your turkey outfit and your husband was the hunter and you ran in the field. That sounds fun to me. He said the cops. I meant now you know what? Because I've worked for the police department, I don't know. It's something about I've never had a I'm none of my boyfriends that I was ever intimate with it never said any. They didn't like the fact that I worked for the police department. And that's because a lot of them were street dudes. Baby, I love you, but I don't like that police department. Like the last one of the last guys I was dating, he was like, baby, we're gonna get married, but you're gonna have to give up that investigative company. I said, why? I had it already. I just don't like that investigative stuff. You're gonna have to give that up. I said, okay, well, we can't be together then because I'm not giving it up. It's something about street guys that they don't like that investigative type stuff. I'm like, you ain't even got to date me. Because you already know I worked for the police department. I do private investigative work. So I don't understand what your issue is. I just don't want you doing it. Okay, whatever. It don't mean nothing. Diane, what was that game you said you was playing with your husband? Diane be tickling me. She be giving me ideas. He said, "Here, I'm in Walmart." She said she in Walmart listening. Oh, Gristle says Mr. and Mrs. Smith is about two assassins that were married to each other and were damn near about to take each other out with Brad Pitt and Angela Jolie. Oh, I've never seen that one. Athea said, I done went and turned into Dr. Ruth. But I think the problem now is like people are into so much, it people's antennas, especially the younger people, their antennas don't go up when their boyfriend say, "Baby, I want you to put on a strap on and screw me in the butt." Their antennas don't go up, y'all. It ain't nothing normal about that. That's not a straight man. People don't know how to have healthy fun. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I don't think a man that I ever talked to would ever ask me to do something like that, especially because the next man I'm sexual with is gonna be my husband. I told y'all I'm celibate, but I don't believe that the man that I choose to marry would ask me to do that because I know how I am. It'll take me into shock. What did you ask me, baby? Can you put on a strap on, motherfucker? Go get your daddy to do it, bitch. Stuff like, because I see when I get mad, I go to 10. That's the reason why I always I'm quiet. I try to stay down like on a zero because I don't know how to go from 0 to 5. I'm going from 0 straight to 10. He said, my wife and I act out movie scenes. Some days I'm Marcus from Boomerang. Some days I'm Jody from Baby Boy. Oh, hey, Letitia. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Diane said we do the damn thing. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Do y'all know what I made yesterday? Y'all would never believe what I made yesterday, y'all. It was so good, and I'm gonna make them again today. I saw this recipe on YouTube on how to make Big Mac sliders and how to make the Big Mac sauce. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something. When I don't eat Big Macs like that from McDonald's because I never care for them like that, right? But I decided to do like the Big Mac sliders because I said I was gonna do the Big Mac salad because it's a Big Mac salad out. I'm gonna do that next. But y'all, I got me some of that sweet bread and I took like I had not even bought ground beef in a long time, but I got that lean ground beef from out of Whole Foods and I flattened it out in like a little pan and I seasoned it real good and then flattened it out and I put it in the oven and let it bake. He said, Miss T, you go too gangster. Yeah, when I get mad, I get real mad. Because I don't like for people to do crazy stuff. You know what I mean? When you think you making a I just always feel like if I sit down with somebody and I say, listen, I respect this, you don't like this, I respect this. Because if I'm in with somebody and he said, baby, listen, I don't like when you do this, okay? I don't like when you say this. I don't like this. I'm a man. Hey, I don't appreciate you doing that. I'll back down. Okay. If I'm rocking with him, I like him for real. I'm gonna respect that. I'm not gonna do it. But if I say to you, baby, listen, I'm not into this, I'm not into that. This is how I feel about that. Are you into that? No, I ain't into that. Okay, good. Because if you into that, it's different if he into it. We well then, we need to just move around because number one, I'm gonna think you gay anyways. I don't believe in no threesomes, no other. Hey, I don't have nothing against gay people, but I don't want no woman touching me sexually, nothing. Baby, but that's my fantasy. Motherfucker, go get your goddamn daddy to get in the bed with your hoe. Cause I done told you, bitch. I told you before we got together, I didn't get down like that. Now that I'm in love with you, you think you can get me to do what you want me to do because I'm in love with you? You want me to go against how I feel? And you already knew how I felt about that? Yeah, that's gonna make me mad. So now that I'm in love with you, you feel like I'm weak? Ain't no woman touching me sexually. Go get your motherfucking daddy, okay, or your granddaddy and tell them to get in the bed with you and screw you. That's the only way I know how to let folks know you just offended me, nigga. Whew, let me calm myself down. It makes me mad. I don't like for people to do stuff like that, especially a man that I'm into. Yeah, she in love with me. I can get her to do what she don't want to do now because it's a mind game. So you wanted my mind because you thought you could control me at that point. No, I like real men. I care about you. It goes back to what my dad said. No, I ain't even got no fantasies. I rock with this woman. Even if I have had threesomes with other women, I respect this. My woman right here. I respect her. She don't want no other woman touching her, and I don't want that because she enough anyways. Hell, some of these men want other men in the bed with them. What you do for me, do for my partner too, because he wants the man in the bed. I don't know two men that want to be naked in the same bed unless there's some funny stuff going on. Like I said, that's the reason why I'm off to myself and quiet and stuff. I like to stay on a zero because I don't. It ain't no medium. And see, you have to be careful because when you get to talking like that, especially when you mad, it's anger mixed with hurt. He might say, "Woman, what you say to me, motherfucker? Go dig your granddad up and tell him to do it." He might slap the hell out of you. When I talk shit to guys, y'all, I always talked it on the phone so I can hang up. I ain't no damn fool now. I hang up in his face and then I call him back if I like them. You still mad at me? I'm sorry. You don't talk shit in their faces now because they might hit you. You don't ever know what they be on. My daughter's dad, the one that liked to cheat, I was telling y'all about, that cheated on me, and then he was outdone because I moved on with my life. And then he gonna come to my job at the sheriff's office that night looking at me out because he always talked real quiet. I found, listen, he was so quiet. He had a lot of brothers. They from out of North Memphis. I promise you they was into everything. And I noticed like his brothers would always be going to jail. And his one of his exes, when she finally reached out to me, child, I'm telling you, she said he'll whoop a bitch ass. I said he never put his hands on me. She said, "Well, he hit me. He hit his other baby mama. He whoops ass." And that stayed in the back of my mind because I would get mad at him. I would, I would talk shit now, but it would always be on the phone because that was in the back of my mind. They say he'll whoop a bitch ass. I ain't no damn fool. I'm gonna talk shit on the phone and hang up. She says, "No, I know damn well he didn't." That's awful. But you don't ever know what these men really be on because he was real quiet. My daughter talks just like him. Mom, he talked like that. I mean, he just had that real sly, sneaky like talk. It was real slow and stuff. And my daughter sounds just like him. She real secretive and she is just like her daddy. She just like him. When she say certain stuff, I be hearing it. I go, "Oh Lord, that girl is her daddy." She be stacking her money up. I remember her dad used to tell me, I stack my money up, and he don't let nobody know how much money he got. Like he was doing all kinds of stuff too. The baby mama told me, "Yeah, his brothers be in jail. I hope you know." But she got mad at me. "Yeah, I hope you know you're messing with a damn robber." I said he ain't no motherfucking robber. Shit. They said he told me, I used to be out there in the street and me and my boys, we used to go jack folks. I said she was telling the truth. I don't do that no more. I've been working for a long time. I said, "Oh my God." So if he admitted that, she was telling the truth about, she said, "Yeah, he did this and he slapped me and he jump on women." I said, "Well, he ain't never put his damn hands on me and I talk plenty of shit." But when she told me that stayed in the back of my mind. I would think about it. They say he whoop a bitch ass. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I thought about that when I caught him cheating. And I caught him cheating and I couldn't stand him. Yeah, he's slick, real slick. I caught him cheating. I couldn't stand him no more after that. But I was mad at his baby mama. And she was talking about, "I told you he was messing with me. We got a son." I said, "Yeah, bitch, I know you think you could rather be with him, but you ain't." And I took him back. I said, "I'm gonna take him back." Because when I hit her door, and that was just being young and silly, I hit her door. I said, "Your truck out here. I know you in here." And I could hear them moving around in the house. And so she called me, "Bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up. He left my house. He left." I said, "Did you think he was gonna stay? He left trying to catch me." Oh, we was just so stupid. "I hope you know," because I got mad at him. They had went to Dallas. "I hope you know when you didn't go to Dallas with him, he took me." And she wasn't lying either. Because I called somebody. I said, "Did he have somebody?" She said, "Yeah, oh, ugly Popeye bitch. He sure did. I ain't say nothing no." Oh, I couldn't stand him. I said, "She telling the truth." Woo! I made his life hell. I shouldn't have. It was just meant for me to have my daughter because I couldn't stand him. I hope he ain't on here because he done it. My grandma said sap season rises because for some reason mm. But he cool now though. He a cool guy. But he was a sneaky one. He still talk like my daughter. She still talk like him. And so I started moving around and I thought about that too. My cousins was like, "Girl, you get even with him, cheat." So I started talking to this guy named Corey, and he was a guy that hung out with my cousins them now. And I think I started. He was a real hardcore street dude, so I didn't think he was gonna get all crazy. And so Corey was like, "You know what? I was going to college in downtown Memphis." And so I had a class. I had my speech and theater class at 7. That's when I first started out going to Southwest. I had my speech and theater class. It was at 7 o'clock. So Corey would call me. He would be like, you want to get a room downtown? I'm like, okay. He's like, I'm gonna go ahead and get it when you leave class. I already had a room and stuff. And we didn't do nothing for like a month because it's like you don't have to do nothing. We'd be in the room looking at TV, having fun and stuff. It was a nice room. We had fun. We would laugh. We would go to sleep and everything else. And that was the first and only time I cheated. But I was still with him. I was still with my daughter's dad. But I was doing it at him, and Corey understood why I was doing it because he had somebody here. And then when we did start messing around, he started acting a fool. You said you were gonna leave him. I said, motherfucker, I am gonna leave him. But you can't force me to leave him. It don't work like that. Well, I'm gonna tell him. I said he gonna kill you. I had to cut him off. You don't put me up under that type of stress. I'm with you to detox and de-stress, and you putting stress on me. Yeah, he gonna know we meet at the room at Monday and Wednesday. We every Monday and Wednesday. In the daytime, I would go over there. We would stay all the way until like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I mean, he kept plenty of money because he would say so. He would say he probably had other girls in that room. I'm gonna just keep it all week, so when Wednesday come, we'll already have it be the same room. I said okay. I never spent the night with him. He said, "Call me a punk if you want to." I'm on the phone on her ass, but I bet she was still sleeping with him. Yeah, she was. That's why she said, "Bitch, he left. He left." She thought he was gonna stay there with her. He left once he saw me. He saw I caught him over there. When I pulled off, he left trying to chase me. I said, "Bitch, did you think he was gonna stay?" No, he came chasing me. I said, "You was doing all that calling time at you. I don't want him to hurt you, but I'm telling you, he be beating up on women, and he did." Because when I started working for the police department, I pulled up his background, and he did. He'd have been to jail for whooping their asses. So, but he never put his hands on me. But I should have just her kept him because I could not stand him. I couldn't. We would be sitting looking at a movie. Now, after I cut Corey off because Corey was going too far. I cut Corey crazy ass off, and I was thinking about. I was like, I like Corey. I'm thinking about how I'm gonna transition from this damn fool to him. I was gonna leave, I was gonna be with him, but then he showed me he was crazy, and I had to cut him off. I told my cousins. I said my cousin was like, Corey doing that. Corey get money out here in these streets. He one of our top people. I said, I'm telling you. He said he gonna go tell him. That boy is gonna kill me because he was real quiet and he be looking at me with his head turned to the side. I'm talking about my baby. He ended up being my baby dad. I got pregnant. I felt guilty, so I got back all right with him during that summer. I got pregnant. I didn't get pregnant on purpose. I think he got me pregnant on purpose. And then he started acting a fool. I mean, once he got me pregnant, look at me telling y'all my business. Once he got me pregnant, he started acting up again. And I had decided, I said, I was working for the police department at that point. I'm going to, I had already decided, I said, once I have my baby, I'm through with him. Because I already can't stand him. He cheated on me. That's the reason why I say I don't forgive, because it just ain't good. When they betray you, it's just best to go on with your life. And so I was that same baby mama who I caught him with, a pop-eyed bitch. She called me. I know I ain't called you in a long time. I ain't trying. I had my baby. I went back to work 6 weeks after I had her. I ain't trying to start nothing, but is you sitting down? I know you don't want me calling you, and we had troubles in the past, but I just want to ask you. I just want to tell you something. I said, what you want to tell me? Well, you know his other baby mama. I said, yeah. She got a baby. I said, what that mean to me? No, you ain't understanding. She just had a baby with him. How about I had a baby on at the beginning of March, and the other baby mama, not Popeyes, but the other one, Bird Neck. Okay, because they was both North Memphis whores, birds. Okay, that's the reason why I can't stand him to this day. Now he cool to this day. I'm not studying him. He had got her pregnant. I said, what? She knew my face hit the floor. I said, are you serious? I got her on the phone. Now, her and this girl had been fighting with each other. That was his history. I got her on the phone. Yeah, I had a baby March the 21st. I didn't know you had a baby at the beginning on March. I had a baby March the 1st. I said, oh my God, Lord have mercy, Jesus. I knew that was it. When I called him, I said, you had another baby? Oh, what you talking about? That's how my daughter talked. Man, what you talking about? I said, motherfucker, you had another baby with the very baby mama that you said you was trying to get away from. That was toxic. You betrayed me twice for the women that you said you was trying to get away from. I said, okay, all right. It's all good. Then you don't trust me. When he started getting angry, I knew. Okay, so somehow I ended up seeing I do, Lamar, I do. Somehow I ended up seeing a picture of the baby. I said, oh God, he looked more like him even than my baby. And she was looking just like him. I said, that's it for him. So I remember one day I was sitting there working, somebody walked in. Those officers used to have to always bring those suspects up there because I wasn't looking at those police officers. I didn't want nothing to do with them. So one day, the police officer, he was a sergeant. He ended up being a police director. Mike Rollins walked through there. He was working in robbery, and he said, "Oh, somebody had the baby." And he said, "Do you got a picture of her?" I said, "No, I don't." I was like, "I don't know who this guy is." And he would stop every day when he was leaving at 4:00. "Did you bring a picture for me to see the baby?" I said, "Mm-mm." And so he was stopping there and talk to me every day, and we started developing a friendship. It was over with for him. And I quit his ass, and I did not take him back. Nigga, you go get another baby on me? And so he couldn't take it, y'all. He did a lot. He did what a lot of he made the mistake that a lot of men make when they can't control the baby's mother. First of all, whenever we would talk, because in the beginning I was like, dog, you gonna turn your back on your child? You gonna turn your back on your child? You never did so and so, and you this and that, and this and that. I said, wow. So after that, I got over it because I was hurt. I was like, dog, we ain't gonna be together. He could still, but he was so mad at me. He was mad. He was real angry at me. Every time we would talk, he would talk about you went and you left and got you somebody else. And so we didn't talk for a long time. It would be sporadically. He would call her for Christmas and stuff. But I never tried to keep him from seeing her. So when she was 6 years old. I was working for the sheriff's office at this time, and he called me, Tamara. I want to talk to you. I'm gonna be outside your job. I said okay. I said okay, and I was getting off at 11 o'clock. I'm gonna be outside your job. I said okay. I'm gonna be over across the street, across from 201 Poplar. I said okay. I was like, Lord, I don't know what this nigga want, but hell, I knew by this time that he had an undercurrent, that he was crazy, that he was out in the street for real. I just didn't know it. And so he said, I was thinking about our daughter, and he said it just as quietly, and my other kids, they got that coarse hair. I said, what? My other kids, they got that coarse hair. And our baby that we got together, she got that curly hair. I don't think she mine. I want to get a blood test. I said, motherfucker, what? Yeah, I want to get a blood test. I know I signed a birth certificate at the hospital, but I had made all my other baby mamas, my other two baby mamas. It ain't fair. I made them take a blood test. I ain't make you take a blood test because I thought you was solid, but I see you moved on. Oh my God, y'all. I went crazy on that nigga. I went crazy on him. I got out and slammed his truck door. I slammed that door so hard. I tried to break every damn window in that truck. Somebody, he gonna come and say, yeah, I know she ain't mine now. You took it too hard. Yeah, I know she ain't mine. She got that curly hair. I said, oh my God. I was like, well, the state of Tennessee. I said, in the state of Tennessee, the state of Tennessee says that when you sign the birth certificate at the hospital, you have 5 years to contest it. She's 6 years old, motherfucker. You're a year too late. Feed her until she look like your bitch. Oh, I was mad as hell at him. I didn't talk to him no more. But later on, like years, like maybe like a year or so ago, he called me again. He was like, "Can we meet? Can we meet somewhere at the park?" I said, "Oh Lord." I said, I made sure I was like, we're gonna meet at a park where a lot of people be at. Cause see, I know the niggas. I found out he ain't got no issues with sliding. That's the reason why he's so damn quiet. He slides. He used to, okay. And so over there in North Memphis, I said, and so he said, I said, I was like, is everything okay? No, I wanted to talk to you. I thought about it. I was like, me and him don't talk. He might want to take me out or something. So I thought about it. I was like, well, maybe he's sick and he get ready to die. And he wanted to tell me, that he got insurance for our daughter and stuff. So I get over there to the park and he just sitting there looking at me. I said, what's up? Is you sick? Is you okay? My health is fine. What about yours? I said, yeah, well, what you call me over here for? I was just thinking about all the stuff I did to our daughter. I was just mad at you. I always knew she was mine. I said, that's what you called me out here for? I said, you called me out here for this. I want to mend things. I said, oh Lord. My nerves and stuff is real bad. I don't be having time. Nigga, our daughter, 21 years. She was 21 at the time. Why he think I want to mend something with him? That's why I know people they have mental illnesses. I think it's in the food and the water. I tell you. I think about it now, y'all. It's kind of funny, but hey, listen. I guess I had the opportunity to truly learn how men are. Like they hold grudges too, you know. I don't, how you gonna be mad at me because you get a baby on me and I go move on with another man. And he was just toxic anyway because he had me doing things that I never did before. Like I've never cheated on any man that I've ever been with before him or after him, and he made me cheat on him. So he was just toxic. Ronald crazy. So what y'all doing for the rest of the day? Y'all, like I was saying, I made some Big Mac sliders. Like I was looking at YouTube and I learned how to make the sauce, y'all. And I learned how to make the sauce. And the sauce tastes so good. My Big Mac sauce. It smells just like the Big Mac sauce. It tastes like it, except for mine tastes a little bit better. And what I'm gonna do this time is I'm gonna do just like I did yesterday. I'm gonna flatten out the ground beef, but this time I'm gonna put it on the grill so that when I cut the bread, the Hawaiian those Hawaiian rolls, I cut them and I lay the meat on the slider. I lay the meat on the bread and I put the Big Mac sauce on it. It's so freaking good. I'm gonna grill the meat today though. I'm gonna grill it today. I was supposed to be over at the office today. I've been over here with y'all, but I'm gonna go over there tomorrow because I got to do my books and stuff. I gotta work on I gotta work on New Year's night. I thought I would bring the New Year's in at church, but this guy hired me to see what his wife doing on New Year's, child. So I gotta go out of actually I gotta go deep in Mississippi, like deep in Mississippi. So I gotta take some people with me because when I go down to those little small towns, like those small towns deep in Mississippi, those sundown towns, I have to take a white investigator with me, child. Straight Scud missile down there. Oh Lord, Ronald. You know what? He probably because he was still he probably I'm not saying that he does because I'm gonna tell you something. When I met him, he was always working. I had no idea that he had a history of what he had, right? You know, of you know, doing whatever that it was that they was doing out in the street of North Memphis. But because I never would have guessed that he kept himself clean and stuff. He was a cool guy, you know. But he probably I truly believe that you know even when he wasn't doing right, I always believed that he loved his daughter. I do. I always believe that he did, and even now, like my daughter was saying, Mom, why my daddy be saying he's sorry for this, this, and that? And so he even called me one day. He was like, I was talking to her and she acted like she didn't know what I was talking about. I said, I never told her the stuff that you did. I never told her that. So you're the one that's telling her. It's probably best if you don't, because she don't even know what you're talking about. But she go out to eat with her dad and stuff all the time. She spend nights with them. She, you know, she's really tight with her siblings and stuff that he has um with his kids and stuff. They have grown like in the window of time when he's really started back, you know, messing with her or whatever. Um, he spends quite a bit of time with her, and I appreciate that. Both of them do, because child, I just chose some Lord. But I'm not perfect either because I was spoiled and I wouldn't say demanding, but probably because I was so spoiled, I was probably more self-absorbed. Like I wanted people to do whatever I wanted them to do. Like now that I think about it, and as I was, think looking back on my early years, I kind of think about what those guys were saying to me. Well, Tamara, you want everything your way. You get mad when people don't do what you say do, and this and that. You too spoiled. I think about that now. They were all saying the same shit, so it must have had some truth to it. I know it's a lot of good men out there. Oh no, it's a lot of great men. I would never say that all men are the same. I would never say that because all men aren't the same. Just like all women aren't the same. He said you cheated because you wanted to. No, I didn't want to. He made me. Hmm. Tell me it's best you save your money and have me cloned. Ronald says he's buying a ticket to Memphis. He can't make you. That's like you saying he made you like a woman. I don't know, but people grow and they change because I was never bad. Probably spoiled. I could see that because my mom and grandmother had me very spoiled. They always gave me what I wanted. So I guess I can see that because I have a friend that we've been friends for like 22 years. And he still say it all the time. Yeah, Tamara, you was rotten, but you weren't a selfish spoiled, but you was quite spoiled. And because I've always liked to give people and I cared about people. I consider spoiled people as being real selfish and not caring about other people's feelings. I've never been like that. The black bar said cheating is a choice, Tails. um okay, so I'll put it like this as far as that cheating. When I cheated that one time in my whole life, I'll say this. I'll say I initially it's not something that had ever crossed my mind. It's not something that I ever had wanted to do. I think it was just I think it was just she said don't do Mississippi. Rhonda says he's buying the ticket to Memphis. Um I think it was just it's something that ended up happening because I got to thinking about I was like, well, maybe it will. Ramona said, I don't know who worse, you or Diane. I got to thinking about well, maybe I think when I started, I had because I was so mad. I was doing it for keeps. I think when I started dating him, that's the reason why it took me so long to because we would meet on Mondays and Wednesdays when I left school. I was already downtown. But I think I had every intention on moving away from the other guy. I was like, I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna leave him. If I start liking this guy, I'm gonna leave him. And I had every intention on doing it. But he started acting a damn fool. Right, Ronald. I always kept the job. Absolutely. I always kept the job. I never, you absolutely right. And I wouldn't say I was spoiled. I would probably say I was more no, more so naive because I didn't hang out. I didn't party and stuff. I didn't go to I didn't it's a lot of stuff that my mom didn't let me do and I didn't want to do it. As far as hanging out in South Memphis, I grew up in South Memphis and then I still had family up there so I would go hang out in South Memphis. But like running the streets at night, my mother wouldn't let me do that. That's how we do it. This is something about Cornelius. I'm getting ready to see. Hold on, let me see something. I'm getting ready to see. Who oh Lord. Hmm, he didn't pick me up. I had my own car. I had my own car. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, hit the like button for me. Yeah, something happened to Straight Drop. Oh, I thought they said something happened to Cornelius. Which one is it, Straight Drop or Cornelius? Who is it? I thought somebody said something happened to a Cornelius. So was it Straight Drop or Cornelius that you all were asking about? I heard it earlier, but I didn't disrespect this channel with the news from another channel. I just asked. I'm gonna see. I'm waiting on a person to respond. Oh, so what? Because I asked if something happened with Cornelius. I'm just waiting for them to respond. So is it Straight Drop or Cornelius that something happened to y'all? That they're saying that something happened to? She said True Results is saying Cornelius. I'm gonna see. Um. Okay, so it was. They're saying Cornelius. I'll see. I know. I know two of his pod officers. So I'll see. Um. Okay, he said Cornelius, and if I'm not mistaken, he said he had to be taken to an outside hospital. Ronald, Lord have mercy. Ronald, I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all. Hey, rest in peace, young dog. It says, Ramona. Ramona says, Diane, you know I'm crazy about you and Tamara. I'm driving, but what's popping? Hey, street politics. Um, My head was hurting this morning. Listen, listen, y'all. Street politics and hey, rest in peace, young dog. No, I didn't see it. No, I didn't see it. Street politics has taken the place of Miss Kitty, y'all. He likes to come and wake me up at 6 in the morning. Rest in peace, young dog says they sick them Houston security on Brazy. Oh my God. Wow. So are you saying the reason Brazy is in so is Brazy in jail in Houston or in Alabama? I guess I could check. As a matter of fact, I can check. What's Honeycomb Brazy's real name? What does anybody know what jail he's in? No, I better not check because they'll be on here hollering about. Um, what's good, player code? Hit me up when you can, cause I've done enough today. Sorry, y'all. Lord, Ronald is something else. He says, yes, go read his post in Alabama. But then Houston boys, y'all know who had a relationship with them and basically a reference saying they legit knowing they wasn't. Okay, let me look. Cause I let me go to Honeycomb Brazy. I don't see nothing on his page with videos. Also, Honeycomb Brazy did respond to Finesse. Yes, and read his posts. I believe he is in the feds now, though. They picked the case up. Oh, I think I can get on Instagram. Oh, yeah, I see it. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Brazy says, boy, this SHIT, boy, this shit, Brazy. How the F they doing my brother? Hustle, no luck. Brought these fake ass security niggas around him from Texas, and we think of these MFs legit. How the F these niggas felons too got us thinking y'all real higher security. Then niggas pleading not guilty and shit like they trying to say him up, but the guns is one of them niggas names, and in the other nigga baby mama name. So how the F y'all pleading not guilty? Then on top of that, they move their brother to another prison and keep you niggas down in the city back there talking to the police for 3 to 4 hours. Then when Brazy try to see what's up, niggas talking about they can't talk to him. The F type of time you whole ass niggas on. My MF and brother got out doing the right stuff, giving back to the community, swashing beef in the city, moving right with some fake ass security that he thought was legit, and he get caught up like this on some BS because niggas ain't hire real security. Boy, you niggas some real HOEs. I felt like they set him up. I always felt like they set him up. I always felt like, even with that situation with No Love, I don't believe No Love went over there to hurt his mama, but I believe somebody got in No Love's ear, made a told No Love where his mama be at, and was like, you know what, that'll be cool. You could really, get some views or something like that. That'll piss him off. I don't think No Love knew he was being set up, but I think that they wanted, unbeknownst to No Love, they might have been letting them in the background, because remember, no, Honeycomb Braze's mother said that No Love and them was in a real clean car, but I believe they wanted him unbeknownst. I don't think No Love knew what was going on. I think he was just trying to cloud up, get one up on Brazy, but they was wanting somebody in the background. That's the reason why Brazy's mother kept saying this was an inside thing. They wanted, they was trying to scare Brazy by letting them know we put out where your mama is, but I don't think No Love was quick on his feet and knew that they was using him to do it. Street Politics says, I just told y'all yesterday, niggas play police when they want you out the way. Wow. He said Memphis fixing to get hot. Oh, it's already hot. If it get any hotter, it's gonna catch a fire. Oh, Juk got a up to dated chain. Some got to come behind that. Oh, so you saying they want to try to take somebody out. So since he got an updated chain, they got to take somebody else out. Kevin Felder says this is not going to end well. That type of move would make someone send the goon squad. Ooh, Lord Jesus. It smokes y'all don't even know about. He got to make some shake. Lord have mercy. A player coach said it's smoke we don't even know about. Ooh, y'all know I want all the tea. Player coach, we'll talk though outside of here, but because before I can get off and put it out, because we've been on almost 3 hours, somebody else waiting, writing it down right now so that they can put it out. So tell me outside of here and call me on the phone that they ain't got hacked, because you know they still got one of them hacked, and we letting it stay hacked for a reason. He got to take make some shake, spill it so we can be up on it. They said, dang, give us just a teaspoon of it, homie. It's a lot going on. You could tell. And it seemed like it's the calm before the storm. It's like the calm before the storm. I really just need to take a vacation because my friends in New Orleans been asking me to come down there and spend some time with them. It's like come by us. You know, they talk different. Why don't you come by us and spend a week? I'm like, I can't. I wish I could go down there for New Year's, but I gotta work. Cause one time I went down there, they was like, "Why don't you come down here by us and spend some time?" Cause we got real close when I was vlogging on the well, not vlogging, when I was airing on my TV show, the young not the Young Doll's case, but the Max case, the injustice of Mac and C Murder. And that's been some years back. We just became really tight. Me and Mac's mom, his aunties and cousins and stuff. Yeah, they call it Nolans. And when I went, they come and see me. I go and see them, and I really. And one time I went down there, I had never gotten on the train before. I was gonna catch a flight, and I was like, you know what? I think I want to take the train. I've never taken the train before, and it was so therapeutic. I think I need to just jump on the train and get me a cart so I can lay in the bed like I did and look out the window, lay up high and look out the window and stuff. It was so therapeutic, and maybe I should go down there and spend some time because I'm overworked. Really, I think maybe in March, maybe when that would be the anniversary of my dad's death month. I'm definitely gonna go down there and spend some time with them. Nolans. I guess some of the older people call it Nolans, but the way they talk, they call it New Orleans. New Orleans. They don't say New Orleans. They say New Orleans. We got Nola girl in here. Nola girl, do you say it like that? Do you say Nolans or New Orleans? I say New Orleans or New Orleans or New Orleans. Nolans. I say most of the time I say New Orleans or New Orleans. No, I'm scared of Shreveport. The men down there in Shreveport like to kill women. Like they said that the men in South Carolina do. I try to stay away. Young Dolph, the cash finna take on that beef and they hit us out. Rest in peace, Young Dolph. The cash finna take on that beef and send they hit us out. Well, beautiful. If you get off, I love all y'all. Have a fantastic. All right, Ronald. We enjoyed you today. Be safe. They call it new. They call it New Orleans with a W. She said my username is naturally Nolans, but we say New Orleans. New Orleans. Now, one of my friends down there, she's and I never really cared for red beans and rice, but when I went and visited them, they always cook though, good food. Um, it made me start liking red beans and rice. It says on life, rest in peace, young doll. It is, but I don't cook red beans and rice. But I do know that's they like that down there in New Orleans, that the red beans and rice. Ronald, I thought you said you was leaving. Oh, y'all, he back. Oh my God. Oh Lord. He said if she came to Washington, she won't be coming back the same. I'm always out. I'm at work quiet. I just left Memphis yesterday. Had an awesome time. Nola girl. So, are you living in Memphis or are you back in New Orleans? Damn, these men in the streets getting their armies lined up. War is unavoidable. Yeah, I've been feeling like something was gonna happen. I have. I was like, Lord, the tension is really thick, and I feel that way. But yeah, I had been thinking somebody had set Breezy up. I live in Atlanta. My house is still in. Oh, okay. So do you prefer Atlanta over New Orleans, Nola girl? I love New Orleans food, jambalaya, gumbo, red beans and rice, and scrimps. You know what? I had never had oysters, and I tried fried oyster po' boy sandwich. I wish I knew the name of that hotel that we stayed at that one time we went down there that was connected to that oyster house. It was the oysters. Miss T, I just feel some coming quit supposed to go to court Friday. Oh. Mm. I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting on something now. Um so you don't like Atlanta? I live in a small country town. I love small country towns. I do. Especially if you got a lot of land and stuff and the land is nice with a lake in the back so you could fish. I love fishing. I used to go fishing all the time. I grew up fishing. I left New Orleans and I moved to Memphis in 2000. I moved to Atlanta in 20. Atlanta is overpriced and overrated to me. Ramona says she got some. I got a lots of land. I prefer Memphis to Atlanta. I just make more money in Atlanta. Yeah, Memphis is a lot slower than Atlanta. I like the little small city I live in Mississippi. It's really, um, they're not they develop some, but they are not developing a lot, and it's really small. And the police don't play. Mississippi people live on the outskirts of Atlanta, not in the city. Oh, Tamara, I'm heading to Virginia this weekend for the New Year's. I'm gonna be listening for some tea. Okay. Hey, Jeff. Oh Lord, Jeff. I don't even know if that's a comment or what. Cause oh Lord, Jeff, I don't know what to think about you. Diane says, Ramona having land is what's up. Kenny says Atlanta got some sharp ass houses though. Memphis and Mississippi has a lot of nice houses. Atlanta has more people from New York in the East Coast than anywhere. Ooh, well, it's probably rude because I'm telling y'all some people from out. I love New York City, but the people from up there, where they real rude now. I would say Atlanta is very progressive, steadily building and adding businesses and building houses. Mm, very rude. That's why when Keith Lee came and blasted the restaurant here, they were all New York restaurants. Oh wow. Mm. Oh, Ramona said out her back door is cows and horses. I would love that. Oh my God, I would love it. I just got this vision of like having my house on a lot of land, and that's gonna happen. And with it having a lake in the back that's kept up, like my house now got a lake in the back, but there are no fish in the lake. And being able to go and fish and being able to just garden and grow greens because my grandmother grew greens and tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers and bell peppers. Because I remember my grandma when she would be cooking and stuff, especially spaghetti, she would say, "Go get me a pepper on," because she had a garden in the backyard and on the side of the house, and I would go out there and get a pepper, and it just the flavor in the vegetables that was grown was just different. Cucumbers don't. The cucumbers that we grew look completely different than the cucumbers that was in the store. Completely different, and they had more flavor. I ate lunch and dinner in Memphis for $33. In Atlanta, that would have been one subpar meal. Oh wow. Kenneth said no cows, they shit too much. Oh my God. would love to go sit somewhere and throw my. Now I know a lot of people use reels. I don't like those reels or whatever. I think that's what they're called. We fish with fishing canes. I never knew how to control those reels. They would go too far out in the lake, and you try to turn the thing. I just didn't like them. I like the canes, and I love it when you got a real big catfish on it. And you try to pull the fish up, and the cane pop. It will pop. The fish will be so big. Oh my god! And y'all know what? We still like in that out in my in the outhouse, those fishing canes, we never threw them away. And that was from like in the 90s. My grandma and my granddaddy's fishing canes are still in there. My mother has not thrown them away, and I'll never throw them away. That's just something that's a part of them that's left. But when I go fishing, I don't even think they sell fishing canes anymore. You have to get a fishing cane, one of those thick ones. My grandmother had a real thick one that was red. It was nice. We still got it. But it's probably like dry. It ain't no good now, probably because it's so old. I wouldn't dare try to fish with it, but I gotta find me a fishing cane, a fishing pole. That's so antiquated now, but that's the only thing I could fish with. I'm gonna go fishing this year. I'm sitting on somebody's fishing bank. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Let's see, fishing pole. See, they don't have the fishing poles um that we fish with. They got them things that you reel with the reel on it. I can't use those. Let's see, maybe they call fishing canes. Fishing cane. Yo, they don't have them no more. Ain't that some shit? Oh my god. Yo, they said they're vintage on Amazon. They says vintage $99. When we used to pay for a new fishing pole for a fishing cane, we would pay like $8 or $9 or less, and now they are $99. Okay, they call cane poles. Okay, so let me see cane poles. Okay, now I see some. I see some cane poles now. I see some for $14 for one cane pole. I wonder if Bass Pro got them. Oh, yes, indeed. That's what I'll be ordering. I'm gonna order this. Mark my words. I'm ordering this right here. Y'all see that fishing cane? Y'all see how long it is? That would be just what I needed. Um, listen. Um, September, I'm sorry, I don't see you fishing because if you see a snake and we could hear you screaming, I'm telling you, when I was pregnant, I always loved to fish because my taste buds changed. I wanted nothing but fish and French fries. and I didn't like bought fish. I like to go fishing and catch a lot of fish, and then we would clean them and freeze them and stuff. So I like fish, that we catch out the lake. And so I would always crave it. And so I remember one day we were sitting out there. We had not caught a lot of fish, and it was real hot. Like I must have been about 8 months pregnant, right? My grandma was something else. And so my grandma was like, "Well, it's about 3 o'clock. The fishes ain't biting. The sun is out. It's time to go." I was like, "No, ma. I called my grandma mama too. I was like, "No, ma. I want to sit out here and catch as many fish as I can because I was pregnant. I don't want it's hot. I don't want to come back and shoot. I want to freeze them." And so my grandma said, "Oh, okay." And she said, "Well, you got to be careful." I said, "What you mean?" She said, you because you pregnant with that baby." I said, "Well, what does that mean?" My grandma said, "What you being pregnant with that baby." She was country. She was from the backwoods of Mississippi, okay? So she didn't know how to say snake. She said slake with the SL. She said, them slakes can smell that milk in your breast, and they'll slide up to you and crawl and crawl down your throat trying to suck that milk out of your breast. I said, "Let's go." I jumped up running. Shit. I grabbed the cooler that we had. I said, "Let's go. Let's go." My grandmama should be ashamed of herself. She scared the hell out of me to get me to get up. But I love fishing. I don't have no issues with putting the worm on the hook, and we would get home because they would take all the kids fishing. They taught us how to fish. We would have to be real quiet when we was out there. We'd be sitting on the fishing bank eating liver cheese with vanilla wafers and hot sauce and potato chips and all of that. That's what we would be sitting there eating while we'd be sitting out there fishing. Goose liver and rag bologna and hook cheese, and it would be so good because we would stop at one of those old country stores in the backwoods and get all of that while we went fishing, and we would stock up on the baits and stuff like that. Those were the good old days, child. And it's peaceful. That's the reason why I like peace. The only time I raise hell is when somebody triggers me. They got to mess with me first. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to do my sliders. Where rest in peace young Dolph at? When I was in Florida, I love fishing. They said they catch some real good fish in Florida. Where rest in peace young Dolph at now? What was rest in peace young Dolph saying? He said this get ready to be a war in the street. Where he at? Did he leave? Ramona says, Tamara, you had a good like yeah, today was a good live. It was. It was heartfelt. It wasn't heavy. It was just a good live. We really had some good conversation. We had fun. Child, my Big Mac sliders calling me. Y'all know I be fasting until I eat at like around 2 or 3. I love to put worm on I love to put my own worm on. Me too. And when you want to catch a real big fish, you'll put two worms on the hook, and the poor worms, they just be wiggling real bad. You know what? I think I've become too sensitive now. And remember when the worms would fall apart, they wouldn't die. They would just wiggle. They'll keep wiggling. Have y'all ever had that to happen? Like you putting a worm on the hook, and then the worm split in half and still be wiggling, and the other part fall and it wiggles and run in the ground. The head will still be on the hook, and the body, the middle of the body, the tail would be wiggling and wiggling its way back in the dirt. Yeah, that's right, Joy Loves God. We always lit over here. Ramon, I'm telling the truth. Oh my God, I'm telling the God's truth. Nola says, I used to love to go crawfishing. I'm gonna tell you something. That's something I've never eaten, and that's crawfish. I've never wanted to eat crawfish because they look like big cockroaches. I've never wanted to eat them, but I guess people could say the same thing about lobsters. But I'll mess a lobster up. I love lobsters, and I love crabs. I don't care for crab legs because I don't know how to eat them. Like it's take too much effort to try to pull the meat out of the legs. I like the blue crab. I got a bag of blue crab in there now that I need to cook. But I'm gonna make a seafood boil. So I'm saving it to put in there. I got some crab legs and some blue crab. I'm put some shrimp in there, corn, the small potatoes, and then I got that real good seasoning that I put in there. It be tasting so freaking good. That's because you didn't know how to put it on the hook. Oh, she said crawfish is fire. I've never eaten crawfish ever. I'll probably cook it this weekend. Kenny, I'll save you some. I'll get out. You can get a bowl. Oh, that boy will be off the chain. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Y'all, these folks done lost their darn mind. Ooh, I was looking at Blackwood News. Y'all, these folks done lost their damn minds. They really is. They gone. No, they just low down. I will show you how to eat it. I don't want to know how to eat no crawfish. I don't want to. I'll pass. I cause that's okay. I don't want to know. They look like cockroaches to me. I see how people I don't know how they eat them. I guess what they do, put the crawfish in their mouth and crunch it up or something. No, Kenny, we can't have you leaving your home now. You've taken pride in being faithful to your wife for 20 years, okay? Be slithering inside the dirt. Yeah. When sometimes when I would put the bait on the hook, the worm would if you put it if you did it a certain kind of way, you would cut the body in half, and the head would still be wiggling and the other will fall to the ground, and they still be wiggling, they'll wiggle them ways on back in the ground. So I always wondered, y'all, and I'm gonna look this up. And I'm not. I'm serious. I always wondered when that worm was cut in half, because when you put them in the water, they die. I guess they suffocate. But when their bodies were split in half with that hook, they didn't die. So I used to always wonder. I was like, dog, that worm wiggled its way back in the ground. I wonder if it grew another face. I'm gonna look that up and see. Ramona said, I can't go fishing with you. um, the Black Barbie says, I'm super greedy, but those crawfish look disgusting. Yeah, they look like cockroaches. And listen, is Nola girl still in here? Because this is what I heard. I don't know if it's true, but I heard that river rats are a delicacy in Louisiana around New Orleans. Is that true? Because a rat makes my flesh crawl. I can't even stand to look at a rat. I can't even imagine eating a rat. Is that true? Are river rats like a delicacy in New Orleans? Ah, ooh. I was looking at it came down my Facebook page one time. This Hey Hero Fix TV, was the worm still on the hook after you took it out the fish mouth? Uh I don't know. Hero Fix TV. I'm trying to think. Was that worm still on the hook? Sometimes they would be because they'd be dead. They would be still. So you have to throw them off. Yeah, you have to throw them off because they'd be dead. They wouldn't be wiggling no more. And put a new worm on there. I used to love putting the worms on the hook. I remember one time me and my mom and my grandma went fishing. It was so funny. It was this little fish that kept stealing my mama bait. And no, it was my grandmother. My grandma was the feisty one. My mother is very, very mild mannered and unassuming and unjudged. She's not judgmental. She's just a beautiful person. My grandmother, her mother was feisty. She was known in her early years for fighting. Even when my grandma passed away, like even when she was in the hospital, her hands and stuff were very hard. Even though she was a feminine, beautiful woman, she was so pretty. But the fish it was a small fish, y'all. I finally caught the fish, but it was so little, it was taking the worm off my grandma. It was stealing the bait and getting away. And my grandma got so mad. She was like, I remember she said, that fish is a punk. He a punk of a fish. I remember that as a little girl. It was so funny to me. When I finally caught it, it was like a baby brim. It was like a baby brim, and he was real little. He was stealing and eating all the bait up. But I caught him though. He was good too. When we got back, we put him in the skillet. Hold on. Let's see. Brim fish. Yep, that's them. Oh Lord, this brings back so many memories. This y'all, these fish were so good. I have not seen these fish in the store, y'all. This is what we used to catch. They don't sell them in the store. These brims right here. And when I tell y'all good, we would scale them and gut them, clean them real good, wash them. We had a thing where we scraped all the scale. If we ain't have that thing, we took a knife. Us kids, we love doing it, and we threw them in the. We put meal on them and throw them in the skillet. Ooh, they would be so good. Don't you know? I just found out that it was called crappie. My grandma and my aunties were so country; they used to call it crockett, croppet. So when people would say, "What fish y'all catch?" I would say crockett, and they started saying, "No, crappie." I just learned that as an adult. Okay, listening to my grandma now. Let me see. Let me see if I can crappie and bass fish. We would catch bass and big bone buffalo and catfish. Yep, we caught these too. We sure did. We caught these crappie fish. They call them crappie, but we caught these crappie fish too. They were really good. Oh, it's bringing back so many memories. And we caught these. They did. I remember my grandma and them saying that the bass fish were not good. We caught them, but they didn't really like them. They didn't really like the bass fish, but they all taste the same to me. But we would catch they called them big bass. We would catch the bass fish, and we would catch the catfish, and we would catch the big bone buffalo. But everybody wanted to catch they would call them the big cats. Oh, they thought it was like a trophy. Y'all, I caught a cat. Everybody wanted some of the catfish. She said, I never heard of a river rat. River rat. I heard of a neutral rat that people eat. Oh God. Oh, Lord have mercy. I can't eat no rats. Oh, oh, oh. Kenny said, love fishing with night crawlers. I wish that they sold brim, and I think they've started selling crappie, but I bet the crappie that they sell in the grocery store tastes nothing like the crappie that we caught. But I have not seen where they sell brim at all. I've never even heard of bluegill or sunfish. What kind of texture does it have? What kind of flavor? Um, he says my grandma's social club back in the day, they would have social club parties. My grandmother would cook big bone buffalo fish and drink her Johnny Walker red whiskey. Y'all gonna make me want to go to the fish house and get, but I'm doing sliders today, but I'm definitely going to do fish Friday. And I'm gonna go to the fish house and get some big bone buffalo, some catfish fillet, and I like to get at the fish house. The whiting is good. The whiting fillet is really good, and I like the catfish frames too. They be really good. You know what? I always used to like to go to the fish market on Third Street, but the last time I ate got fish from there, it I got sick. So I had lately been going to the Hollywood Fish Market, but one the last time I went there, it was real crowded, and the girl was giving everybody, that she knew, she was getting them out of there first. I said she got me messed up. I haven't been back to there either. Easy to catch a lot of bluegill off the docks. Mm. Jeff Lee says, I never heard of a big bone buffalo until I moved to Memphis in Florida. We would catch brim, flounder, and bass all day. Now, flounder fish are okay, but I don't like the sway fish at all. It's too fat. It's something about, I don't like it. Bluegill is a small panfish. I like that red snapper. I just started buying that. Um, Street Politics says Hollywood Fish Market got brims. I didn't know that. I've never had perch fish. She knew you was from South Memphis. Oh, that's why she made me wait so long. She want to wait on everybody in North Memphis first, huh? Mm-hmm. I taught them a lesson. I ain't been back. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Just tell I sent you next time. I ain't going back. No, Miss T, are you still spoiled? Miss T, you spoiled. Why you say that? I'm still spoiled. I'm driving to my responses will be delayed. No, I don't think I'm spoiled. I think spoiled people are very inconsiderate and stuff. I'm not spoiled at all. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Hmm. They're saying that it's supposed to snow tomorrow here in Kentucky. It was that pipe, Miss T, that drove you crazy. Oh, I missed some of your comments, Lamar. You just started back typing again. I don't even know what you. It was that pipe that drove you crazy. Nola says I like red snapper and trout. Now I've never had trout, but they say that trout is good. Thank you, Joy Love Scott, for the $10 super sticker. Yeah. Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna get on off of here because I need to go ahead. Thank you, Joy. I appreciate that so much. Cause I gotta make my you said you was curious. What was your question, Lamar? Cause I missed it. It was moving so fast. I missed it. I was in another screen. Um, I love it here. Thank you, Joy. I'm happy that you love it here. I love you being here. Shout out to my moderators. They're always doing a great job. Joy, both the Dianes, Monica, Demon, um, new to you, Street Politics is a moderator too. Nikolai says, small river trout is my favorite fish to catch and eat. Fly fishing spinners, or worms. I like to catch fish with worms. Tell Lamar saying you was on the pipe. Oh, that's what he's saying. I mean, well, it had to have been that because it wasn't. His personality and stuff was jacked up, but that was a long time ago. Talk to everybody. Okay, Ramona. You guys, I have enjoyed you all so much. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. We've been on here 4 hours today. This is the first time we did this in a long time. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. Okay. I got to get off here and eat. I want you guys to have a great day. Maybe I'll get back on tonight if I'm not too busy. Maybe. Okay. I love you guys. Be safe. Okay. Talk with you later.